A man attends his class transfer ceremony for the first time and immediately shocks the priest in charge. The reason? This newbie actually says he wants to learn dark magic. Although the priest cannot understand where this rookie dug up information about forbidden arts, he still follows protocol and initiates the transfer ceremony for him. The reason I insist on falling into darkness is because in my past life, I witnessed the terrifying power of a necromancer. With just himself and his massive undead army, he raised an entire city. In my previous life, I was the famous solo king, able to clear any dungeon solo no matter how difficult. But after accepting a friend's invitation to join a guild, they chose to betray me for money. The mastermind behind it was Sir, someone I had always dominated. After seeing her scheme succeed, she stepped forward to mock me, saying she would kick me out of the game. Whenever I logged in to respawn, she would bring people to camp and kill me repeatedly. With my in-game death came a real-world penalty of a 48-hour login ban. When I emerged from the game pod, my entire world collapsed. This game called Warlord was everything to me. As a full-time player, I knew nothing else besides this. This game has enormous influence worldwide. As the solo king in this game, I had earned massive wealth, but now I would become a worthless nobody again. Filled with rage, I immediately called my in-game friend to demand answers. When he did not answer, I got up to confront him in person. But consumed by anger, I forgot to check the traffic light when crossing the street and walked straight into an oncoming truck. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself back in the game, inside the tutorial map. Just as I wondered what was happening, two people fighting a minotaur ahead shouted at me to stop spacing out and quickly help them defeat the boss to complete the tutorial quest. After getting up, I looked around and said, "Wasn't this minotaur removed 5 years ago due to difficulty issues?" Those two asked if I had been knocked senseless. The game only launched 10 months ago. Hearing this, something clicked in my mind. I stepped forward and picked up the longsword from the ground. The next second, under their astonished gazes, I charged alone toward the minotaur. Seeing me approach, it raised its weapon and swung down at me. However, I easily dodged with a swift movement. Then, using my combat experience from my previous life, I circled its body and delivered dozens of sword strikes in an instant. Before it could launch its next attack, I took it down. The two behind me never expected that the minotaur their group of 10+ people could not defeat was taken down by me in one go. They grinned, then approached and asked if I wanted to join their guild. The next second, I answered with my longsword, cutting both of them in half with one strike. If I trust humans again in this life, I am worse than a dog. After completing the tutorial quest, I logged out of the game. When I woke up, I found myself in a game pod experience shop. I remembered that 5 years ago, being broke, I could only come here to use the equipment for free. After confirming I had truly been reborn, I rushed toward the front desk. But when I handed over my bank card to purchase a game pod, the receptionist told me there was not enough money in the account. I had been so excited that I forgot I was still penniless. But if I started earning money now, there would not be enough time. As long as I could enter the game, I could use my previous life's experience and knowledge to accumulate wealth quickly. With no other choice, I took out a loan with massive interest. Though defaulting would cost me a hand, I believed in my abilities enough to prevent that from happening. Because I am the man known as the Solo King. This time, those people will pay the price. With that thought, I put on the helmet and returned to the game. As soon as I entered, a woman appeared before me, congratulating me on completing the tutorial. She introduced herself as Ariadne, who assists adventurers in choosing their class. Looking at her familiar face, I reflected on how long it had been since I was here. She opened her palm and began introducing me to the options. There are 3 basic classes available, which further branch into specialized categories based on skill choices. She recommended the warrior class, which uses melee weapons and offers an exhilarating combat experience. I had played warrior in my previous life, though I was confident I could grow strong quickly. This class struggles to solo dungeons in the late game. She then recommended priest, which has healing abilities and buff skills. Before she could elaborate, I interrupted. This time, I would never party with others, no matter what. Seeing that I rejected both classes, she selected mage for me. The system notified me that I had selected my basic class, then it teleported me to the corresponding specialized magic tower. An old man before me noticed my arrival and introduced himself as Gecko, in charge of mage class transfers. When he asked what magic I wanted to learn, I immediately blurted out the words dark magic. Hearing this, he fell silent for a moment. Then he asked if I meant the kind of magic that gets people high. I firmly told him again, dark magic. After confirming his hearing was fine, Gecko asked in shock where I had heard of such magic. Dark magic may be powerful, but it destroys the user's soul. I told him I knew all this and came prepared, so please teach me dark magic. Gecko's hands began trembling uncontrollably. Then he tore off his face, revealing white bones beneath. As thick dark magic emanated from his body, he said it had been a long time since anyone chose this path. With that, he summoned a magic book before me and told me to place my hand on it. He reminded me that I still had a chance to reconsider. This path is extremely difficult for beginners, but I did not want to hear more. I pressed my hand down directly. Instantly, I felt a wondrous power flowing from the book into my body. The reason I so firmly chose dark magic is because in my previous life, I came across a video of a necromancer who, all by himself, soloed a boss dungeon with his undead army. This is exactly the kind of power I need now. After successfully transferring classes, the system notified me that I gained a skill called Bone Shard. After using the skill, a small skeleton appeared in my hand. When I tossed this small skeleton onto the ground, it rapidly grew limbs and stood up as a skeleton warrior, just as I prepared to take it leveling. Its head accidentally fell off. Looking at this sight, my silence was deafening. I remember skeleton summons were not this weak. With no other choice, I took it to the beginner training dungeon. Upon entering, I opened the status window to check. I thought perhaps the skill proficiency was too low. It seemed I needed to level it up first. Just as I finished that thought, 3 coal wolves approached me. Perfect. Let me test this skeleton's power. With that thought, I summoned Bone Shard and tossed it toward the pack. After landing, the skeleton warrior manifested again. Seeing the enemies before it, the skeleton let out a roar at them. The 3 coal wolves, witnessing this, retreated in fear. I thought perhaps I had underestimated this this creature, so I ordered it to eliminate those 3 coal wolves. Upon receiving the command, the skeleton warrior's dark eye sockets glowed with a dim blue light. Then it charged toward the enemies. Just as I was considering whether to take it to farm higher level dungeons, it was immediately slapped to death by the coal wolves. My mind went blank. Wasn't its presence quite imposing just now? How could it not even withstand a single attack? My silence was deafening once more. Sensing something was wrong, I quickly opened the skill window. Scrolling through, I discovered at the bottom there was an option to set the skeleton warrior's mode. It turned out I had forgotten to set its mode. Only then did I breathe a sigh of relief. I knew this thing should not be unable to defeat even tutorial monsters. After I set it to defense mode 1, blue light flashed in its dark eye sockets again. Yet after charging forward, it was still bitten into scattered bones by the coal wolves. The so-called defense mode was just it curling up on the ground with its head covered. Unable to believe this, I quickly switched it to special action mode 3. This thing actually stood up and started dancing energetically. The coal wolves became unusually excited watching this. My anxious heart completely shattered. How did things turn out like this? When I wanted to start over, I discovered characters created within 3 months cannot be deleted, but next month, I have to start repaying the loan. I wondered if I should go get hit by a truck again. I truly cannot understand how that necromancer in my past life leveled up with this thing. When I opened the skill window once more, I suddenly discovered something interesting. There was a collapsed description stating that the summon was equipped with a deep learning system and could learn combat techniques. After I could not stand watching anymore and eliminated the coal wolves myself, this creature actually watched my movements and learned from them. Thinking of this, a wicked smile crept across my lips. I stood up and tossed it a wooden stick. In my previous life, my combat skills dominated players of all classes. This little skeleton has met a good master. Just as it wondered what I intended to do, I suddenly dashed forward with clenched fist and rushed before it, sending it flying 2.5 meters with one punch. After it got up, I rushed forward again and knocked it down with another punch. The skeleton warrior kept learning my techniques, but could never block my attacks. After being sent flying countless times, I told it not to stand there stupidly when seeing an opponent attack, but to think about the next move. The skeleton warrior wiped the dust from its face and nodded vigorously. After more training from me, I took it to find the jackal pack again. The coal wolves lunged at it immediately upon seeing it. This time, the skeleton warrior dodged downward, evading the first one's bite. Then, seizing the opening, it turned and struck the jackal's neck with its stick. It immediately withdrew the stick and delivered 2 simple strikes toward another one. Without any hesitation, it eliminated these 2 coal wolves. After the battle, it looked at me as if asking whether it did well. I praised it, saying its attack just now resembled mine somewhat. As the bone shard skill proficiency increased, my player level also rose by 1. After leaving the training dungeon, I first went to the starter village Figus Castle. The place was filled with noisy shouts of people inviting others to party for dungeons or guilds recruiting. After training the skeleton for a few days, it should be able to solo dungeons. Next, I need to level myself to 10. Then, in a moment of inattention, I bumped into someone's shoulder. He turned and immediately grabbed me, demanding an apology, just as I was considering whether to eliminate him directly. He moved first to attack me. However, a large man who appeared beside us stopped him. The large man removed his sunglasses and said the red-haired man should not attack people on the street so casually. The red-haired man asked who he was and whether he was with me. When I recognized the newcomer, my mouth twitched involuntarily. This solid build, combined with distinctive attire, I was certain he was Matador, the strongest warrior in the game. Why would such a figure appear in a starter village? Before I could say anything, the red-haired man spat on the ground and cracked his knuckles, telling Matador to mind his own business and get lost. Seeing this attitude, Matador just chuckled. The next second, he released his overwhelming pressure and told the red-haired man to repeat that. This pressure had even materialized into physical form. Matador then asked the red-haired man word by word, since he had struck his palm, could he return 1 punch? The red-haired man's lackey finally recognized that this person was Matador, the guild leader of Red Bull Guild, one of the 30 top guilds. Rumor has it his combat style is extremely fierce. He is a true battle maniac. Just as the red-haired man wanted to ask why such a figure would appear here, Matador was already behind him, asking if he could punch him. Hearing this nearly scared him to death. He dared not stay any longer and quickly turned to flee. Then Matador patted my shoulder, telling me not to mind such trash, but I stood up and left directly, telling him not to help me next time. Matador wanted to say something more, but I had already walked away. Helplessly, he could only sigh that I was a difficult person to get along with. At that moment, I only wanted to escape quickly. When he released his pressure just now, I was actually intimidated by his presence. Next time we meet, I will never let this happen again. In the following days, I stayed in the dungeon leveling. During this time, scenes of Matador kept replaying in my mind. If I want revenge, I must reach his level. Just as I fell into thought, a fierce tiger pounced from behind me. However, before it could reach me, the skeleton warrior flying from the side knocked it away. After it landed, the skeleton warrior quickly moved forward to finish it off. After killing this tiger, its level increased by 1. After spending 3 days to reach level 10, it was much slower than I had expected. The skeleton, which had been happy, immediately became dejected after hearing my words. Just as I was about to comfort it, the system displayed a notification. Since reaching level 10, the training dungeon would no longer spawn monsters. Additionally, a reward was issued. Looking at the combat watch on my hand, I thought this item had finally arrived. Through it, players can view attributes, quests, maps, inventory, and various other information. It is an essential item in the game. I first checked my attribute panel. There were 50 unallocated free attribute points. This was my first time allocating attribute points, so I needed to be careful. Typically, necromancers prioritize increasing intelligence or magic power. However, I allocated all 50 points to strength. After allocation, my strength attribute increased to 53. Instantly, my body felt much lighter than before. After witnessing my decision, the skeleton warrior displayed a very shocked expression. Then it covered its face and cried silently. I knew what it was thinking without guessing, so I stepped forward and punched its little head, saying I had not given up on being a necromancer. This was all to teach it better. Only by maxing out strength could I pass on all my skills from my prime. Now I can say I have bet my entire life on you, little creature. After hearing my explanation, the skeleton was emotionally overwhelmed. Even with all points in strength, I still had ways to compensate for the missing attributes. The scene shifts to the Subjugation Association. Whenever a new quest is posted here, everyone swarms to claim it. However, I went to a quest counter with no one around. The NPC dispensing quests reminded me that his quests either had harsh conditions or pitiful rewards, so everyone avoided them. I searched through them and found most quests were indeed as he described, but I came with a purpose. Upon finding the quest I wanted, I immediately took it. This quest, called Pegasus Mountain Cave, required subjugating monsters in the area. The reward was only 10 gold coins. The NPC asked if I was certain about accepting this time-wasting, low-level quest. I knew clearly that although this quest appeared ordinary on the surface, if I completed it before level 15, I would obtain a top-tier rare title called Rising Star. Normal titles only increase attributes by fixed values. However, the Rising Star title increases attributes by percentage. My overpowered life begins right now. Before going, I plan to acquire some equipment. The scene shifts to my destination for this quest, Pegasus Mountain. I also put on the equipment I had just purchased. However, because I equipped the skeleton warrior first, I discovered when buying equipment for myself that I did not have enough money. With no choice, I bought cheap clothing, which turned out to look like this when worn. But things being what they were, I needed to focus and complete this quest quickly to afford better equipment. With that thought, I set off running toward the forest depths. Shortly after I left, someone emerged from the bushes in that area, shouting for help. Behind the bushes hid 3 players with cunning expressions. Soon another player arrived at Pegasus Mountain. Just as he was pleased about reaching level 11 so quickly, he suddenly saw someone nearby calling for help. The man quickly ran over to inquire about the situation. The crouching person said they had encountered a high-level monster attack. Though he barely escaped, his friend was dying due to lack of recovery potions. Desperate to save someone, the man quickly opened his combat watch to search for healing items in his inventory. The person was emotionally moved, saying he would surely repay this kindness after getting out. The man focused on searching his inventory, unaware that danger was approaching. At that moment, a burly man was behind him, raising a large hammer. As the weapon fell, it left the man with critical health lying on the ground. The white-haired man, who had been crying moments ago, now showed a cunning smile, thanking him for the equipment they would use well. Only then did the man realize he had been deceived, but in his critical state, he could only watch helplessly as they finished him off. After being killed, his body transformed into code and vanished, but the combat watch on his wrist remained. Thus, this parasitic PK group called the Ralph family completed another perfect hunt. After collecting the watch, they set off to find their next target. Meanwhile, I entered combat with my skeleton warrior. The wolves here appeared much stronger than those in the beginner training dungeon. However, my skeleton warrior was no longer what it once was. As I switched it to attack mode 1, the skeleton warrior charged toward the coal wolves. With just one sword swing, it simultaneously killed 2 of them. The experience here was much greater than in the beginner dungeon. Each withered wolf killed yielded 375 experience points. Previously, it used a wooden stick. Now, after equipping it with a sword, it could handle these withered wolves independently. I had to admire my clever thinking. Prioritizing equipment for the skeleton was indeed the correct decision. For an advanced player like me, performance matters more than appearance. After killing all the withered wolves in this area, the skeleton looked back at me with pitying eyes. It thought my equipment looked truly pitiful. I told it not to slack off and to keep farming monsters with me. Only by leveling quickly could I replace this outfit. The skeleton trotted along to follow me. At that moment, a glint of cold light suddenly flashed from the nearby forest. Then an arrow flew out and struck the skeleton's head directly. Seeing this, I stopped and turned toward the arrow's source. 3 people emerged from the bushes. After emerging, they apologized profusely, explaining they thought it was a monster and therefore attacked. I did not take it seriously and told them it was fine. However, I inadvertently noticed the blood-stained combat watch on that person's wrist. The weapon on the burly man's back appeared to have fresh blood on it. This revealed their intentions to me, but I smiled outwardly and asked if they had any mana potions to spare. The white-haired man said although they had no mana potions, they could help me level up since leveling automatically restores full mana. I feigned being flattered and asked if this was really acceptable. The white-haired man said it was their fault anyway, so I need not be polite. Coincidentally, a pack of withered wolves gathered around. As the white-haired man turned, he said they would reduce the monsters to critical health, then send them to me so I could deliver the final blow and gain experience. While charging toward the monsters, the white-haired man repeated the battle plan to his subordinates. Step 1 was to approach the monsters and draw aggro. Step 2, after applying attack-enhancing buffs, pretend to make a mistake and let the monsters through to attack me directly. At that point, the defenseless me would surely be killed on the spot. As they completed the initial steps and waited to see my demise, the script did not unfold as they expected. The withered wolf charging toward me was intercepted midway by my skeleton warrior. I gave a thumbs up, praising their excellent method and suggesting we continue. Although they did not understand why my seemingly worthless summon was so strong, they had a backup plan. That was to attract many monsters simultaneously and send them my way. While my attention was on those monsters, the burly man would sneak behind me for a surprise attack. However, the second before the burly man swung his meteor hammer, I ducked down. Without giving him time to react, I turned swiftly, a smile curling at my lips like a hidden blade. The next second, blade and body moved as one. With one strike, I severed his weapon and slashed across his body. The blade fell and the burly man collapsed. The remaining 2 stared in disbelief at the scene before them. Without turning back, I simply snapped my fingers. The skeleton warrior understood, its eye sockets burning with intense fighting spirit. I charged toward the 2 of them, the skeleton ahead mimicking my movements. Knowing they were outmatched, they were were about to beg for mercy, but before they could speak, the skeleton's longsword had already struck them. They seemed to see their great-grandmother waving at them from across the river. The skeleton seemed to say, "Now do you know who the prey is?" Moving without looking back, toying with dying ants, my lips parted slightly, voice colder than blue flame. "With this level of skill, you dare ambush me, the Solo King?" I understood these scoundrels too well. They only backstab those who trust them, then drain everything from their victims. In my previous life, I might have actually fallen for their trap. Seeing me approach, the white-haired man said he would give me all the equipment, begging only to be spared. But now I no longer trust humans. As I swung my sword to kill him, the system notified me that 8 ownerless combat watches dropped. This made me sigh at how utterly ruthless these people were. However, leaving them here would be wasteful. Let me search for suitable equipment among them. Just as I looked up to ask the skeleton if it wanted anything, I saw it kicking the corpses on the ground, with a hint of excitement on its face. After collecting the equipment, I repaired the damage to the skeleton's head and replaced its cheap equipment. Looking at its new outfit, the skeleton hummed happily. I said it was just changing clothes. Appearance means nothing in games. We should focus on inner strength. The skeleton looked at my outfit, which was 100 times better than his, and appeared speechless. After selling other players' combat watches, equipment randomly appeared in the inventory. Among them were rare items with additional effects. This time I obtained black goblin pants that increased both intelligence and magic power by 5 points each. There was a sword that increased magic power by 10 points. Also a skill book called Devil's Curse. Most importantly, I gained many gold coins. After the excitement, I opened my palm to reveal a mask. With this equipment, I obtained this faster than expected. In the future, I plan to film various strategy videos and upload them online, so having a unique style is important. In my previous life, after joining a guild, I proposed that all members wear this mask. It would look impressive when clearing dungeons together. I considered whether to completely change my style. However, I did not want others to steal my ideas again, so I modified the appearance of the mask in my hand. Then I put it on and continued toward the forest depths. Soon we crossed the forest and reached the base of Pegasus Mountain. We entered the Pegasus Mountain Cave dungeon. Inside this dungeon were monsters called blue werewolves. Although dealing with them would be troublesome according to the original plan, now I had this equipment. The goal this time was to clear this dungeon within 10 minutes. However, after 2.5 hours passed, I was still here. I had searched nearly every corner without seeing a single monster. If someone had cleared it, the system should display a notification. This made me wonder if I had encountered a bug. Just as I was puzzled, the skeleton beside me began frantically slashing at the wall. I moved closer and discovered a purple energy mass within the wall. The moment I touched it, the entire wall crumbled, revealing a massive portal. The system notified me that I had discovered a hidden dungeon called the Stage. Seeing the portal, I finally understood why there were no monsters here. Hidden dungeons are randomly generated one-time dungeons within normal dungeons. Before clearing a hidden dungeon, its parent normal dungeon will not activate. Although hidden dungeons have high difficulty, the rewards are correspondingly greater. One important point is that once entering a hidden dungeon, there is no way out except clearing it or dying. I told the skeleton that common sense dictated we should abandon this dungeon, since dying would prevent logging in for 2 days. But I am the man known as the Solo King. As long as I do not die, it will be fine. With that thought, I stepped through the portal with a skeleton. Upon entering, a bright light shot toward me. After adjusting, I looked around and found this place resembled an arena. As I speculated what monster would appear, I suddenly felt the ground beneath me shake violently. Looking up again, I saw a massive werewolf land before me. My height barely reached its knee. The system indicated this was a fallen werewolf, but the level showed 3 question marks. Just as I wondered why this creature appeared here, its claws were already upon me. At this close distance, I had no time to dodge and could only raise my sword to block. The next second, its powerful impact sent me flying dozens of meters until I crashed into the wall behind me. Seeing this, the skeleton immediately drew its sword and entered combat stance. Against the wall, a smile crept across my lips. I never expected such luck today. Fallen monsters are connected to the main storyline quest. After standing up, I told the skeleton that if we did not kill this thing today, it would have no food in the future. With that, I assumed an attack stance, gripping my sword hilt. Then I drew my sword and charged toward the werewolf. The skeleton stepped back and raised its longsword. When I reached close range, I stepped onto the skeleton's longsword. Then, with its arm strength combined with my leg power, I leaped high into the air above the werewolf's head. The werewolf roared, looking up with extended claws, awaiting my arrival. However, as I descended, I raised my hand and began gathering magic power. I enchanted my longsword with the skill Devil's Curse. The werewolf below sensed something was wrong, but it was too late to dodge now. Its entire arm was severed by my enchanted longsword. More importantly, when I dealt damage to it, I also applied additional effects. Its attributes decreased by 10%. Although this was my first time using the skill, it felt quite effective. My action thoroughly enraged the werewolf. After howling in pain, it turned and charged behind me with large strides. Simultaneously, it became immune to all status effects. In response, I simply sheathed my longsword on my back. I had intended to save this ability for later, but under these circumstances, let me show you early, little wolf cub. With that, I activated combat mode on my watch. The next second, my mask began emanating black magic power. Soon this power formed a massive sphere of magic, enveloping me within. After slowly absorbing the energy from the sphere, impressive armor materialized on my body. This combat mode activation is one of the special features in the game. After activating combat mode with the watch, players can draw power from the warlord world. This provides temporary massive enhancement to the body. However, the transformed appearance and specific stat increases vary greatly depending on each player's individual attributes. Players here prefer to call it finisher mode. After completing my transformation, I made a taunting gesture toward the werewolf. Seeing this, it cast aside all fear, its heart completely filled with rage. After a roar, it explosively powered its legs and lunged toward me. Its remaining hand extended sharp claws. However, its movements appeared slowed down to my eyes. I skillfully dodged each attack. During another landing, I sensed its speed gradually increasing. Based on its attack values, 3 hits would be enough to kill me. Before I finished thinking, it charged again, and its severed arm had regenerated. However, I moved first, drawing my sword and dashing forward. I left a deep wound on its side. Then I landed gracefully. Just as I said, this kind of challenge was interesting. The ground beneath me suddenly shattered, nearly causing me to fall. Looking back, I saw the werewolf had struck the ground, creating several cracks. I nearly forgot this creature was in a rage state and could not feel physical pain. Seeing me thrown into the air, the werewolf rushed forward, extending its claws to seize me. However, it forgot I had a summon. The skeleton warrior mimicked my earlier technique and severed the werewolf's arm once more. After landing, I called to the skeleton to use the technique we had practiced. The skeleton nodded at me in acknowledgement. The werewolf thought we were about to use some powerful skill. Unexpectedly, we simply circled rapidly around its body and positioned ourselves behind it. Just as it prepared to turn and continue fighting, dozens of powerful slashes suddenly appeared on its body. No matter how thick its health bar was, it was completely depleted, achieving the kill. I deactivated combat mode. The quest card in my hand transformed to golden, indicating completion. My bone shard skill advanced to E rank. Additionally, clearing the hidden dungeon rewarded over 20,000 gold coins, along with a werewolf skull and werewolf hide. Looking at the rewards before me, I marveled that this was truly a hidden dungeon. As soon as I finished speaking, the system notified me that I had obtained a corrupt tracker necklace. The description stated this was a unique historical item that increases all attributes by 18 points, with the qualification requiring the corrupt tracker title. Seeing this was a unique historical item, I displayed a shocked expression. However, upon seeing its wearing requirements, the shock within me could no longer be contained. Simultaneously, the system notified me I had obtained 3 new titles. Excited, I quickly opened the title information. The first was Rising Star, which I had originally intended to obtain. The second, Challenger of Heroes, was normal, given I had soloed the hidden dungeon. However, upon seeing the third title, Corrupt Tracker, my heart skipped a beat. I recalled this was the entry title for the Fallen Count, the first chapter of the main storyline quest. This main quest showcases the warlord worldview while driving the core storyline forward. Given the unimaginably generous rewards, all players wanted a piece of it. In my previous life, I barely obtained this quest in the late game. Now I acquired it in the early game. This cannot be described merely as good luck. After logging out that evening, I browsed the game forums. I inadvertently saw that a guild called Hydra Guild had reached the final chapter of the Fallen Count storyline. Their goal was to successfully clear it within 3 months. I initially thought I had struck gold. However, they had already reached the final chapter, so joining now would yield nothing. Reluctantly, I prepared to abandon this and focus on the next chapter instead. Suddenly, something occurred to me and I stood up abruptly. The entire world was now intensely interested in the Fallen Count, as the first main storyline quest of Warlord was about to be cleared. If at this moment I released videos related to the Fallen Count, I would certainly gain hundreds of millions of views. In this era where traffic is king, this represents pure profit. Fortunately, I always activate the full recording function whenever I play the game, so now I just need to edit and publish it. Speaking of editing, I already have the perfect person in mind. In my past life, there was a video producer known as the God of Editing, Romini. When Romini received my collaboration request to edit a level 15 dungeon walkthrough video, she expressed disdain. She believed that even if a level 15 player cleared a dungeon, what kind of decent video could that produce? It must be some rich fool wanting to show off online. But the moment she opened the video and took just one glance, she became deeply captivated by its content. After watching a bit more, she instantly shot to her feet, exclaiming that it was impossible. After a brief moment of shock, her mind went completely blank. The blankness was then filled with overwhelming excitement. The scene shifts to a massive floor-to-ceiling window. A long-haired woman calls over her executive assistant, saying someone just uploaded a video related to the Fallen Count. A level 15 rookie actually managed to take down a fallen werewolf solo. The assistant says the team already verified it, but since that fallen werewolf was low level, they did not pay much attention. The woman interrupts him, saying she is extremely interested in the person in the video and wants to acquire him. So please bring that person to me. This woman's name is Che Shirley, the heiress of Tianlei Group, standing at the pinnacle of the financial world. She is also Sir, who in my past life bought off my guild members after I thoroughly defeated her in the game. The next day, when I exit the game and look at my phone, surprise fills my face. The video I just uploaded yesterday already has 6,000 views today. In my past life, it took several months for my videos to reach 6,000 views. After the initial surprise, I receive a message from Romeni. She actually reached out to me first. I remember in my past life she was extremely mysterious and impossible to contact proactively. After exchanging a few simple messages, I almost want to block her. Why does it feel like I'm talking to some incompetent middle-aged man? Then she asks me when I will give her the next video. Although I still do not know what to record for the next video, it would be best to wait until after level 50. With this thought, I activate the game pod again and enter Warlord. Meanwhile, Matador repeatedly watches the video I posted. No matter how many times he watches it, he finds my gameplay incredibly impressive. However, the more he watches, the more familiar the person in the video seems. At this moment, a tall woman approaches. Matador calls her Yi, saying recently someone wearing a haho mask named Shilkan has become quite famous. Ye says he has nothing better to do than watch videos, and everyone looks familiar to him. Matador continues, saying that when most people play this game for the first time, the experience inside the game pod is so realistic that they usually act hesitant and cautious, but this person in the video shows none of that. Moreover, he trains to make his summons lighter, and the key point is his summoned creatures are completely different from other necromancers. I am truly curious what it would feel like to duel him one-on-one. Unable to listen any longer, Yi interrupts him. She pushes him forcefully, saying there are only 5 minutes left before the match. Before going on stage, he gives Yi a charming look, saying he has always been grateful to her. If you are grateful, then perform well today. After all, all, 200,000 people purchased tickets for this performance. They came to watch you as the representative of Red Bull. You are also Matador, ranked 9th in Warlord. As Matador steps onto the stage, the portal before him opens. He then draws the large blade from his waist and tells all team members to prepare for battle. The scene shifts once again to the Subjugation Association. When I arrive here, I freeze completely. There is not a single quest available. Although I had already anticipated a quest shortage, I truly did not expect that aside from trivial tasks like weeding and finding lost dogs, there would not be a single decent quest. Must I temporarily give up on updating my videos? The NPC who previously assigned me quests sees me, walks over, and greets me. Hearing this voice, I immediately perk up. The old man introduces himself as Hutan and asks if he can have a word with me. After leading me to a room, he says he heard I saw mutated monsters in the Pegasus Mountain Cave. I wonder what is going on. Was there an event like this? I then say I did indeed see a werewolf with strange eyes. Hutan turns and says what I encountered was probably a monster influenced by the Fallen. Hearing the words the Fallen, my heart suddenly tightens. Hutan continues, saying that although their true identity has not been revealed, it is certain that someone's power is making monsters go berserk and causing significant harm, so the Subjugation Association is posting a bounty. Before he can finish, I step forward and grab his wrist. I say I will do everything in my power to capture that adorable, no wait, that despicable villain. Right now my heart is about to burst from excitement. This is a legendary hidden quest, Hutan says with my current level and abilities. I am not yet capable of completing this quest. I quickly say I can do it, I can handle it. You cannot handle it. I can handle it. You cannot handle it. Please, I am begging you, I can do this. In the end, helplessly he says he will decide whether to assign me this quest based on my performance. In Bont City on the east side of Figus Castle, there is someone named Ahimbri. He will teach you. I will write you a letter of recommendation. When he finishes speaking, under my astonished gaze, a quest window appears before me. The quest is titled Ahimbri's Teaching. The quest objective is to deliver the letter of recommendation, and the reward is a skill book. As soon as I step outside, I can no longer suppress my excitement and shout toward the sky. I never expected I would actually receive this quest. This NPC named Ahimbri is one of the 7 students of Grand Mage Botan. He possesses a vast collection of rare skill books. Every mage player desperately hopes to meet this incredibly important NPC. I suspect this opportunity arose from the overlap between my Rising Star title and the Fallen Count main quest line. However, before I go, I need to handle an important matter. With this in mind, I find a deserted clearing in the forest. Then I summon my little skeleton warriors. I have not yet used the spoils from the last battle. Speaking of which, I first pull out the werewolf skull. I directly use it to strengthen the skeleton warrior. This increases the skeleton warrior's durability attribute by 2 points. Now comes the main event. As I equip the corrupt tracker's necklace, all my attribute values increase by 18 points. It also enhances my class-related abilities. Then, under the confused gaze of the skeleton warrior, I use the bone shard skill again. This time, I directly throw out 2 small skeleton skulls. Upon landing, they transform into 2 identical skeleton warriors. Gu sees he is no longer my only summon and freezes instantly. I tell him to get along well with the 2 newcomers. From now on, the 3 of you must work together as a team in battle. At this moment, Gu feels like his world has collapsed. Deep in the forest, I encounter a level 25 forest giant bear. The moment it sees me, it charges over to attack. I do not intend to fight back, merely dodging continuously. Before long, I am cornered, just as it prepares to deliver the final blow. Seeing that my purpose of drawing aggro has been achieved, I snap my fingers. The next second, a skeleton warrior jumps from a nearby tree onto the forest giant bear's head. However, before it can even attack, the bear's paw is already pressed against its face. As the bear paw slams down with force, that skeleton shatters instantly. Helplessly, I say your attack is so obvious, how could it possibly work? You need to attack from the monster's blind spot. With that, another skeleton warrior charges in. The result is the same as before. It gets swatted away with 1 strike. Seeing this, I explode in anger. I have told you countless times to attack from the blind spot, yet you still line up one after another to throw your lives away. Even the forest giant bear is startled into a daze by my roar. Sensing the time is right, Gu strikes a pose and makes his grand entrance. He raises his arm, the cracks in his joints shining brighter than stars, his soulfire eyes blinking twice as he elegantly brushes dust off his ribs, as if he just finished performing a dislocated version of ballet. When I see Gu, my heart skips a beat, my cheeks turn pinker than flower petals, like a rabbit swarmed by bees. The next instant, Gu leaps into the air. Like the moment lightning explodes, he grips his longsword like a jade-green meteor crashing toward the giant bear. His eye sockets burst with determined ghostly blue light, but with a casual swipe of the forest giant bear's paw, Gu's skull gets swatted away like a basketball. Their performance makes my face turn from pink to white to red with anger. In the end, I have no choice but to take matters into my own hands and finish off the forest giant bear. After the battle ends, I make all 3 of them kneel before me, each holding their own skull. I begin their lesson. When a monster is attacked, it will definitely turn to face the attacker. At that moment, the area behind it becomes a blind spot. One of you can split off and launch a sneak attack from behind. However, after listening, these 3 skeletons show expressions full of confusion. This gives me quite a headache. After the skill upgrade, through the corrupt tracker's necklace, although I summoned 3 skeletons, they have absolutely no understanding of how to coordinate with each other, although they can share the techniques they learned before. Since I am just one person, I never taught them how to work together. This results in me consuming 3 times the mana while performing even worse. Finally, I sigh and think I should just let it go. I have already reached level 20 anyway. For now, instead of focusing on combat, I should work on updating other videos. Before reaching Bont City, I need to give them some intense training. I thought that after becoming a necromancer, my summons would automatically hunt, while I just followed behind to collect rewards. It seems my fate of fighting on the front lines has not changed. The scene shifts to the Subjugation Association in Bont City. At this moment, the place is nearly packed with people. When someone exits a room room on the second floor. The crowd downstairs swarms over like madmen, constantly asking what quest he received. Looking at these people, I cannot help but think they are like a pack of starving hounds. Then again, there will always be people who want something for nothing, no matter where you go. Shortly after I enter, someone approaches and asks if I receive a good quest. Can they join me? I tell him to get lost, then walk straight toward the second floor. I absolutely cannot let them know I am on a Hembri's quest. Climbing the stairs, I take out Hutan's letter of recommendation. The NPC on the stairs verifies it and lets me proceed upstairs. Seeing there is a quest, the starving crowd desperately tries to follow me in, but the NPC blocks them all. Before I even enter, I am already anticipating the quest reward. This time, I must hold on to this golden opportunity and milk it for all it is worth. When I open the door and step inside, my eyes instantly light up. The room is densely packed with magic books from floor to ceiling, beauty in chaos. Soon a voice emerges from the pile of books, asking who I am. He says he does not remember having any appointments today. Seeing this, I quickly step forward and bow as I hand over the letter of recommendation Hutan gave me. After reading the letter, a Hembri says I appear to be an apprentice dark magic user, and my abilities seem quite decent. With that, he raises his hand, ready to give me the reward. The system notifies me that I have received 2 skill books, one called Bone Armor, and another named Berserker Helm. I never expected him to give me 2 at once, and they appear to be extremely rare skills. After receiving them, I shower him with gratitude. But who would have thought that after giving me these 2 skill books, he simply turns and walks away? The system also displays a quest completion notification. According to my prediction, this should trigger a follow-up quest. I endured so much hardship to get here, and it was not just for these 2 skill books. With this thought, I rush forward and beg a Hembri to give me a chance, saying I am willing to do anything. Hearing this, a Hembri quickly turns around and grasps my hand. He asks if I am truly willing to do anything. After receiving my affirmative answer, he suddenly reveals an unsettling, sinister smile and says thank you. As his words fall, the system notifies me that I have received a quest called Egg in the Nest. The quest objective is to find the egg in the nest. The reward is actually nothing. Instantly, I feel like I have been deceived. Meanwhile, on a certain street, an armored figure approaches, attracting the attention of surrounding people. They recognize that this person is wearing extremely expensive equipment. When this person arrives at the Subjugation Association, he mutters to himself, asking if Haho Mask is here. After accepting the quest, I exit the room. I never expected to be deceived by an NPC. I thought it would be a quest related to the main storyline, but why am I suddenly being sent to search for an egg in a nest? Most importantly, there is no reward whatsoever. I cry, asking if I must complete this quest. But just as I finish speaking, someone suddenly appears before me, asking what quest I just mentioned. When the crowd hears I received a quest, they swarm over and tackle me to the ground. Just as I contemplate whether to eliminate these troublesome people, an armored man charges over and sends everyone around flying. He then approaches me and asks if I have time, saying he wants to find a quiet place to talk. Since I am unclear about his intentions, I directly tell him to get lost. But he leans close to my ear and says, "Please cooperate, Mr. Haho Mask." Hearing that he actually knows my identity, my heart suddenly trembles. Finally, to figure out what is going on, I follow him to a narrow alley. Seeing no one around, the man operates his combat watch to remove his helmet. From his equipment, I can easily tell he is at least a high-tier player, but upon seeing his face, there is no such person in my memory. When he asks if I am Mr. Haho Mask, I choose to play dumb to test him, so I ask who this Haho Mask he keeps mentioning actually is. After hearing this, he asks if I did not just receive a quest from my Himbri. I say being dragged here for no reason is already annoying enough. Why should I answer these pointless questions? If you want to fight, then stake your account and duel me. After saying this, I stare at him to see how he will react. Who would have thought he would actually apologize and extend his left hand? I pause for a moment to process this. Then I immediately extend my left hand and shake his. As I leave, I add that I'm only letting him off easy this time. All sorts of troublemakers keep coming after me. As I exit the alley, a woman in purple appears out of nowhere beside the man. She says it seems they found the wrong person this time. The man pulls out a handkerchief and wipes the hand he just shook with mine, saying at least they can confirm he is not an expert. If someone has played Warlord for a long time, they would never extend their left hand, which bears the combat watch, without any guard. The woman then asks if they still need to keep someone monitoring near a Himbri. The Fallen Count quest is almost over anyway. Even if someone discovers now that Egg in the Nest is the actual main quest, it will not change anything, right? The man lightly adjusts his glasses and says it is better to play it safe. However, they do not realize that after leaving, I immediately climb to a second-floor window to eavesdrop. Although I cannot hear very clearly, I can tell their purpose for finding me is related to the quest I just accepted. When I return to the forest to continue training my skeletons, I only feel a headache coming on. If I pursue that quest, I will definitely encounter those troublesome people, but if I do not go, I will have no material to update my videos in the near future. In the end, I decide to come over and assess the situation first. Thus, I bring my skeleton warriors to Lizard Swamp. My quest was received in Bont City, which means the quest area is somewhere around here. Based on the word egg, I can deduce it is likely a place where birds or reptiles appear. After considering the options, I find that only this Lizard Swamp fits the requirements. Before entering, I first call Agu over. I prepare to use the skill I just learned, Berserker Helm, on him. The moment I finish chanting the spell, the ghostly blue in Agu's eye sockets is replaced by blood red. To test the skill's effectiveness, I tell Agu to charge at me. However, there was a line of small text below the skill that I did not notice, stating that after using the skill, the summon has a certain probability of losing its sanity. The next second, whether from bodily instinct or following my command, Agu flashes forward with a roar and appears right in front of me. Seeing this, my heart cannot help but tremble. But before it can even touch me, I send its skull flying with an uppercut. I sternly scold him, saying I told you to charge over, not to roar randomly. The other skeletons watching nearby are so frightened they stand trembling in place, seeing no significant change after using the skill. Just as I wonder if the system has a bug, suddenly several lizard men charge up from the pond behind me. Looking at them, I think this is a perfect opportunity to test what these two new skills can actually do. With that, I first use Berserker Helm on all three skeletons again, increasing their ability values by 1.2 times. Then I use Bone Armor to equip them. After receiving the enhancements, the skeleton's presence is completely different from before. Even those level 30 lizardmen unconsciously step back twice upon seeing them. At my command, the skeletons charge at the lizardmen like arrows released from a bow. The lizardman in front does not even have time to react before a blade strikes its neck. The lizardman behind quickly raises its axe to block an attack from one skeleton. At this moment, the last skeleton has silently circled around to its rear. The moment the lizardman turns its head, it sees a cold blade of light slash across its body. The final lizardman is also split in half by Agu's jumping slash. After the battle ends, all three kneel before me in unison to report. The system also notifies me that I have defeated 3 lizardmen and gained 864 experience points. Watching this scene, I think to myself how wonderful it is not to have to fight personally. The hard training I put them through has finally paid off. After the excitement subsides, I issue another command, telling them to search diligently for the egg in the nest while also hunting. However, the entire scene just now has been witnessed by a woman hiding in the shadows behind me. Watching my back, she cannot help but lick her lips. This woman's name is actually Aaliyah. Her perception of herself is that she is a breathtakingly beautiful woman. The number of simps pursuing her is countless. As long as she acts slightly pitiful, others will immediately rush over to help. But the moment she arrived at this lizard swamp, she took a hard fall. She gets up and immediately starts complaining about this annoying trash map. Originally, she was brought here by a simp who wanted to help her grind and level up. However, that simp died to the swamp on the ground before even encountering any monsters. Now she is trapped in this map. Moreover, with her own abilities, she is completely incapable of fighting the high-level lizardmen here. Just as she feels helpless, she suddenly hears sounds of combat in the distance. Upon approaching, she witnesses the scene of me summoning skeletons to eliminate 3 lizardmen. She thinks to herself that heaven always leaves a way out. Now she has a new slave simp to command. She then pretends to be very weak and emerges from the bushes. She says a monster injured her leg and asks me to help her. She believes no man can refuse the tears of an innocent, pitiful girl. But what she does not expect is that I merely glance at her once, then turn my head and prepare to leave with my 3 skeletons. No matter how much she calls out, I remain unmoved and walk steadily forward. This makes her feel utterly incredulous. Seeing herself ignored by me, she bites her lip so hard it bleeds in anger. After leaving that place, I continue hunting with my skeletons. Unexpectedly, this person not only follows me the entire way, she also constantly puts on a pitiful act and wails continuously. Finding it troublesome, I keep choosing to ignore her existence, but she clings to me like a persistent pest. I suspect this person is probably in cahoots with those who ambushed me earlier. With this thought, I decide to resolve this quickly and deal with this major nuisance. So I turn around and ask what she needs me to do. Elia says she lost a sword in the swamp while hunting and asks if I can help her retrieve it. Hearing my agreement, she displays an excited expression and bows frantically in gratitude. Yet inwardly, she thinks he has finally taken the bait. After walking with her for a while, I see the sword she mentioned. I tell her that once I retrieve the sword for her, she should stop bothering me and get lost. Only after hearing her agreement do I send the skeletons to retrieve that sword. Just as the skeletons receive the command and all move forward to pick up the sword, Elia's expression behind me gradually darkens. Her purpose is to lure my summons away. If a necromancer has no summons, they are essentially worthless. With this thought, she draws a short blade and stabs toward my back. But what she does not know is that I am a necromancer who allocated all attribute points to strength. The instant she strikes, I dodge to the side, simultaneously grabbing her clothing. I hurl her forcefully in the forward direction, throwing her directly into the swamp pool. When she surfaces, she curses me as a bastard. She also says when her royal guard arrives, they will not let me off. To this, I simply cover my mouth with a faint smile and tell her to look behind. Confused, Ilia turns to look. She discovers that somehow 3 lizardmen have appeared behind her. Helplessly, she abandons cursing me and turns to grapple with the lizardmen. I make a face at her, saying I saw through your scheme long ago. Moreover, when I was reborn, I swore never to trust humans again. After resolving the matter, I call for the skeletons to continue hunting and grinding levels. However, when I turn around, I discover Agu imitating that woman's seduction tactics. Helplessly, I step forward and punch each of them, warning them not to learn such strange things. Just 2 steps later, I receive a notification of Ilia's death. Since I did not kill her myself, I had no expectations. Yet now the reward for her elimination has been given to me. What a windfall. At the same time, I recall her mention of some royal guard, but then I reconsider. How could someone like her actually have a royal guard? Little do I know that at this moment, in a dark room, what I just did to Ilia is being watched repeatedly. Meanwhile, my mortal enemy from my past life, Che Shirley, slowly awakens from her game pod. Her secretary quickly brings water and asks how the guild's new recruit testing went. Che Shirley snatches the water, saying they are all worthless people, not a single useful one among them. She then asks if there is any news about that person on the forum with the username Haho Mask mentioned last time. The secretary says after sending messages to him, there has been no reply. He probably joined another guild. Hearing this, Che Shirley crushes the water bottle in her hand, displaying a murderous expression. She tells the secretary she does not want to hear the word probably. The secretary quickly says she will verify again. The scene returns to Lizard Swamp. At this moment, I have just drawn my sword and killed a player who attempted to ambush me. Even until his death, he speaks of avenging Miss Ilia. Looking at him, I truly cannot understand. Why go to such lengths for a woman? Does he think that woman will date him after he avenges her? Hearing this, the person first laughs. Then he suddenly raises his head and declares this is what they call love. Before he can finish speaking, speaking, I swing my sword and send him to meet his ancestors. These so-called hopeless romantics are utterly possessed. Ever since I eliminated that woman named Ilya last time, she went back to complain to her so-called royal guard. She said she only wanted to seek some help, but that necromancer. At this point, she stopped and did not continue. After hearing this, the simps all became filled with rage. This results in me frequently encountering her devoted followers seeking revenge during my hunts. I'm already frustrated enough from not finding quest clues, and now these delightful people are pestering me. However, fortunately, each time I eliminate them, they drop their combat watch. From this combat watch, I obtain over 5,000 gold coins and a pair of goblin leather boots, plus a rare item, the oath necklace. If I sell this item, it should fetch 800,000. This makes me take back my earlier doubts and insults toward them. As long as they continue to deliver equipment to me endlessly, I can reluctantly consider love the greatest thing in the world. Just as I am still immersed in joy, another person runs over and upon seeing me shouts, "Over here!" Hearing this, I turn directly and say, "That is right. I am the scum who caused Miss Ilya's death." However, halfway through speaking, I suddenly stop and stare blankly ahead. This time, those seeking revenge have all gathered together. Although I was the renowned solo king in my past life, I understand the principle that one cannot fight many. Moreover, right now dozens of hands are chasing me. Without a moment's hesitation, I turn and run. Along the way, I glance back. The number combined is approaching 100 people. I cannot help but marvel at just how great that woman's charm must be. I see that continuing to run like this while their numbers keep growing is not a solution. So I turn back and have the skeletons move forward to hold them off. That person sees the skeletons and says it matches the intelligence. The large man at the front nods knowingly. Then he rushes forward and unleashes a skill, severing all my skeletons' heads. Right now, the level gap between me and them is too great. A direct confrontation would be impossible. I will have to wait until I grind enough levels before seeking revenge. After running for a while longer, I finally stop to catch my breath. Although I can temporarily shake them off using movement techniques from my past life, their levels are much higher than mine. They will likely catch up soon. Just as I prepare to continue fleeing, I sense something unusual. Turning my head, I notice the swamp here looks different from other areas. I never expected Lizard Swamp to have a place like this. After searching for so many days, I have never seen such a black swamp. However, this gives me an idea for dealing with those people. Sure enough, before long, they follow my trail and catch up. The sharp-eyed large man spots my skeletons first and quickly alerts everyone. Everyone looks in the direction he points and discovers a glowing orb suspended in midair. Below the orb, my 3 skeletons are passionately dancing energetically. This completely baffles them. After watching for a moment, the large man reacts first. He believes that harming Ilya was one thing, but now I am using this method to humiliate their incompetence. With this thought, he takes the lead and charges toward the skeletons in the middle of the swamp. But halfway through his charge, he is interrupted by a massive creature bursting from the swamp. The large man has not even seen clearly what it is. He is firmly entangled by the tongue that creature spits out from its mouth. The people behind, upon seeing that massive creature clearly, all tremble in fear, because before them stands the boss of Lizard Swamp, the level 40 dragon lizard. Hiding behind a tree, I see the dragon lizard emerge and a smile curves at the corner of my mouth. So the nest in the quest refers to the dragon lizard's nest. As the boss of this map, the dragon lizard possesses enormous defense, health, and attack power. Typically, it requires a team of 20 players above level 40 to defeat. Logically, the dragon lizard raid event ended recently, so the dragon lizard should not appear here. However, when someone with the associated quest arrives at the designated wilderness area, that monster respawns. Therefore, I realize this is the location my quest indicates. But then I reconsider. I am only level 20 now. That quest-giving NPC actually expects me to defeat the level 40 dragon lizard and bring back the egg. This sounds absolutely impossible no matter how I think about it. However, with these people here now, things are different. This group also realizes they are no match for the dragon lizard and immediately orders a retreat. But how could I let the prey within my grasp escape? With a snap of my fingers, the skeletons block their escape route. Just as one person prepares to break through by force, the dragon lizard charges over and flings him away. While they distract the dragon lizard's attention, I circle around to its back and successfully reach its nest. But the moment I enter and look around, I freeze again. The inside is completely empty with no trace of any egg. Unwilling to believe this, I begin searching everywhere. In the end, I only find a suspicious-looking stone. Only this stone here somewhat resembles an egg. Before I can finish thinking, I receive notifications that my skeleton warriors have been destroyed. It seems the dragon lizard has sensed that its nest has been invaded and is rushing back. Sure enough, before long it returns to the nest and releases a resounding roar toward the interior. Fortunately, I escape in time without being discovered. Now that the dragon lizard has returned to its nest, I have no way to continue investigating. At this point, regardless of whether it is right or wrong, I can only try taking this back first. After I exit, I do not immediately return to report. Instead, I first find those hopeless romantics who were beaten to critical health by the dragon lizard. Then I crouch down and take the combat watches from their wrists. Seeing this, he wants to say something, but the next second, a longsword is planted before him. I warn him that although this is just a game, I do not want there to be a next time. Otherwise, I have plenty of ways to make you and that woman experience death endlessly. Seeing my murderous gaze, the man is so frightened he lies on the ground, not daring to say another word. I have made myself this clear. If they still insist on being difficult, then it will be mutually assured destruction. Next, I should earn some extra income first. With this thought, I contact the Bonds Guild, informing them that the dragon lizard in Lizard Swamp has respawned, and I wish to sell the exact location of the dragon lizard's nest for 100,000 gold coins. After completing all this, I finally take this stone to submit the quest. During this time, my heart pounds continuously, hoping that the egg he mentioned is this very thing. When a Himbri sees what I brought, he leans in to examine it closely. My heart rises to my throat. Fortunately, this is actually the egg egg he was looking for. Hearing this, the weight on my heart finally lifts. He then says he thought it would take me a long time with my level, but I found it surprisingly quickly. I chuckle and say I gave it my absolute all, so please give me the next quest quickly. Ahimbre acts as if he did not hear me and asks if I know what this is. Through their investigation, they discovered that these eggs are always found near viciously mutated monsters. Therefore, these eggs are also called Stones of the Fallen. But when I hear these words, my heart suddenly trembles, and I instantly understand why that person came looking for me. This Stone of the Fallen is a crucial item related to the main quest line. This item may determine the direction of the main quest in the future, which is why they want to prevent it from falling into others' hands. I never imagined the real main quest would actually be in my hands. Seeing me remain silent for so long, Ahimbre apologizes, saying he knew all along this quest would be difficult for me, but since our enemy is also an unknown powerful entity, he used this to test me. Finally, he asks if I believe I can contend with the Fallen. If I can participate in the main quest, it would be like tapping into an endless gold mine. How could I pass up such an excellent opportunity? I immediately agree and prepare to accept the quest. However, he tells me it is not possible yet. Because the monster's levels are terrifyingly high, he cannot casually entrust such matters to a rookie like me. I suspect it is because my level is too low, so I am restricted by the quest threshold, just as I want to negotiate further. Ahimbre suddenly turns around and says, "Please accept me as your disciple, Great Grand Mage, Master Ahimbre." He tells me if I can say these words, he will help me train. In order to join the main quest, I became Ahimbre's apprentice. However, the task I received was to accept the master's teachings. This made me suspect he was just a despicable scammer. On the other side, with the help of the glasses-wearing man, the level 40 dragon lizard was also eliminated. The knights were overjoyed. Our guild has finally caught a big one too. You're truly even more impressive than the rumors suggest. Assistance, sir. Without your help, we might have all been wiped out. With that, he obsequiously offered the reward. But the glasses-wearing man dismissed it disdainfully. The agreed reward doesn't seem to be this amount, does it? I hate people who break the rules. With that, he walked straight toward the dragon lizard. Then I'll go directly to the dragon lizard nest to get the equipment as agreed. Just when he was confident, thinking he could obtain the dragon lizard egg. This way I'll get the fallen stone and stop Haho Mask from completing the quest. Little did he know the spoils had already been taken by me. The cave was empty with nothing inside. This made him let out a powerless roar. On the other side, back in reality, I was conflicted, my stomach growling like thunder. This situation finally took a turn for the better. Previously, I was in pain every day. Each time I had to comfort myself to just endure a bit more and it would pass. But now, I must eat beef. I've received the main quest now. I can finally eat something good. I was overjoyed and about to withdraw the money, preparing to reward myself. However, after paying off the loans, the money I withdrew couldn't even buy pickled radish. Thinking of this, I couldn't help but cry. Just then, I received a reminder text from Romani urging me to update. This made me think that being targeted by those bootlickers, I probably couldn't update videos recently. But I'm about to starve to death. Why should I still care about those guys' attitudes? Even if I'm tracked, I can't care that much anymore. So I entered the Forest of the Dead with my skeletons. This time I must forge my own path. The Forest of the Dead, with its eerie atmosphere, is perfect for updating videos, and my level is sufficient. I turned to instruct the skeletons to watch over the new companion. That is the skeleton mage that Ahimbre taught me to summon. The higher its level, the stronger the magic it summons, though the magic power consumption gives me a bit of a headache. Anyway, today we're hunting that level 33 skeleton. Seeing this, the four little skeletons were immediately scared and trembling, but I didn't care about their timid appearance. What are you standing there for? Go kill it. Also, you should know that undead monsters are different from normal monsters. Stop dawdling, there's still a lot to do. Hearing the command, the little skeleton suddenly charged at the skeleton. With one strike, it directly cut the skeleton in front of it in half. However, the battle wasn't over. The undead suddenly convulsed and launched another attack. Seeing the little skeleton scared silly, I had to demonstrate myself. With one hammer blow, I sent the undead's head flying hundreds of thousands of miles away. Did you see that? You need to knock off its head first before attacking. Don't show such a pathetic expression. Anyway, your task today is to take down 100 skeletons within 100 minutes. If you can't complete it, I'll leave you here. Under the skeleton's efforts, the undead heads kept flying. Soon, 100 undead were killed off. I laughed heartily, thinking the video content was now secured. I was about to log out of the game to contact Romani, but just then tremors came. A giant undead wielding a huge axe suddenly appeared before me. This is a skeleton warrior, also beef money. Eliminate it and I'll have money. Great, I must get my hands on it, my beef. Should I eat fried beef or grilled beef? Just as I was lost in fantasy, the skeleton warrior suddenly struck at me. With nimble movements, I barely dodged. I couldn't help but marvel at how fast this monster moved, almost died before I could even attack. Fortunately, its forearm had already been cut in half by me. Next thing to do is to shatter its knee. With its knee shattered, the monster struggled desperately, still trying to ambush me. Unfortunately, my skeleton mage had already aimed at it. Massive flames shot up to the sky, directly burning it to ashes. As the system notification sounded, my experience kept climbing. Hehe, I can smell the burnt scent. Beef really should be grilled. Just when I thought it was ending, a golden magic circle appeared before me. The wild boss has sensed its subordinate's death and has descended. This is a level 40 golden skeleton. It's the boss monster of the Forest of the Dead, and also the first magic-type boss to appear. My heart jumped. The condition for the boss to appear is hunting enough skeletons. I forgot about that. I am the solo king. Fighting it now isn't easy, but if I win, I'll make a fortune. Thinking this, I began commanding the skeletons, but the battle was too long. My magic power was already insufficient. The little skeleton summons had been cancelled. Now I'm doomed, but my previous life I was a warrior. Let me, with maxed out stamina, warm up after so long. I directly opened the slot to summon armor. As the golden skeleton's magic circle activated. Countless golden rays shot at me. Although being hit once means certain death, with my strongest positioning, I wasn't afraid at all. But I can't let it use magic anymore. If this continues, I won't have a chance either. I leaped high and swung my hammer directly at the golden skeleton's palm. After an explosion, its palm shattered. Then its magic circle also became completely broken. This guy's hands are linked to magic. Watch me disable all its hands. Golden light kept burning in the boss's eyes. The system notification came. The field boss is gazing at you. In an instant, the golden skeleton seemed to see through me. Purple lightning emanated from its body, with incredibly astonishing pressure. Facing this powerful attack, I could only frantically flee. Just as I was about to be caught by the deadly purple lightning, I kept rolling and finally dodged it. Looking back, the ground before me had been blown full of holes. I really didn't expect this monster to have such an overbearing attack mode. Did I remember wrong, or was this monster adjusted in later versions? Can't remember. After all, in my previous life, I defeated this monster several years ago. Without the skeleton's help, I could only try all methods, so I dodged the monster's attacks while quickly rushing at it. Although I could dodge its attacks with my combat experience, I currently couldn't find an opportunity to turn defense into offense. I leaped again, trying to find its weakness. The golden skeleton gripped me tightly in its palm. Seeing things going badly, I was about to be bitten in half by the boss, but I still have a hidden move, Grant Curse. This is a curse that can instantly lower the opponent's ability values. Taking advantage of its stiffness, I directly broke free from its palm and lunged at its forehead. I was worried I couldn't find a breakthrough opportunity. I didn't expect you to deliver yourself. I'm truly grateful. After a dazzling blue light, the golden skeleton's body was directly pierced through by me. The system notification of defeating the boss sounded, and I also obtained 100,000 gold coins and massive experience. That was truly thrilling. At the same time, I opened the system panel and found I directly leveled up to 36. Oh my god, this is so awesome. It's just that fighting like this in the future is a bit too thrilling. Although my magic power isn't too bad, with more and more skills in the future, it definitely won't be enough. Previously, I added stamina to cultivate skeleton warriors, but if I can't summon them, what's the use? Pitifully, I currently don't have spare money to buy magic power equipment either. Forget it, let me hand over the video to Romani first. After reaching level 40, we'll talk. Today I'm eating beef noodles. At the same time, Romani finished watching the video I sent her. She was extremely excited and couldn't hide her emotions. To single-handedly defeat a monster higher level than oneself without a scratch, and those action hero-like movements. Because the original footage is so impressive, not much editing is needed. What should I title it? A man summoning skeletons single-handedly crushing all monsters. Let's call it Solo King. After completing the task, I found my master. Seeing me looking as disheveled as a beggar, Ahimbri looked dazed. Alright, this is the agreed reward. A flash of blue light, and a magic book of skeletonology directly appeared in my hands. Skeletonology? This is the exclusive skill of necromancers that can't even be bought with money, and it even has reduced magic consumption. Thank you, master, ha ha ha. At this moment, Ahimbri took out a ring. This is the Fallen One's ring. The only one in history, it can enhance all ability values of the wearer. Isn't this the invincible equipment given to early main quest players? I'm already drooling over it. Thank you, master. Just as I was overjoyed and about to grab the ring, Ahimbri directly pulled his hand back. Suddenly, I feel this kind of thing can't be given to you casually. Come chase me. Haha, teacher, really? You're dead if I catch you. After a frantic chase, I finally got the ring. That old man is simply crazy. If he wasn't an NPC, I'd definitely fight him. But fortunately, I received a new quest. An agent named Mickey lost contact, and I need to go to Willow City to check the situation. Willow City is a quite high-level city. I need to hurry and level up. At this time, I received a call from Romani. I edited the video and posted it on the platform. Quickly checked the situation. When I looked, it was incredible. Dense tips filled my vision. What's going on? The tips have more than 8 zeros at the end. Images of various high-end steaks immediately floated through my mind. This money is enough for me to feast. This is too awesome. Although I knew before uploading, I didn't expect the popularity to be this high. Just as I was about to log out and indulge luxuriously, a message popped up. Mr. Haho Mask. Hello. I've sent you many private messages. Thunder Hunter Guild sincerely invites you to join. When would be convenient for a detailed chat? Thunder Hunter, isn't that Chase Shirley's guild? These guys always gave me trouble in my previous life. This time there's still no change at all. Hey, get lost immediately. Even if you put a knife to my neck, I'll never join Thunder Hunter. After saying this, I felt somewhat dazed. It seemed I'd said this before. So annoying. I've said it so many times. Why does that woman still keep bothering me? I remember at that time several teammates always seemed a bit disappointed. Really envy you. Thunder Queen Sir is the daughter of a conglomerate family. You play the game so well. If you join Thunder, you can definitely get 100 million salary. I scoffed at this. Enough. Even with 100 million salary, I won't join Thunder Hunter. As long as we become the strongest guild, we won't lack money either. I still prefer comfortably playing games in our guild. Thinking back to Companion's somewhat sinister looks then, I now realize that perhaps from that time, the seeds of betrayal had already sprouted. Damn it, why'd they stab me in the back? Right, I can't be smiling and thinking about how to spend money now. There's still a lot to do. I can't be satisfied with this. I'll use all the money I've earned to make myself stronger. Thinking this, I pulled out the skeletons for special training. From now on, you need to practice optimal movement trajectories. Don't make the same mistakes next time. The next goal is to reach Willow City. To make us the strongest force, the training method is simple. Run from here to Willow City. Those who fall behind will get beaten. At the same time, my previous life's nemesis Sir looked worried in the guild. She inquired to Huiji nearby about the Fallen Count's progress. Getting a negative answer, she was very angry. To actually have the quest stolen by Hydra Guild, how embarrassing. With that, she personally moved to attend the meeting of 30 major guild leaders. On the other side, having obtained a large amount of money, I first paid off all loans with principal and interest. Then I purchased rare skill books. Finally, I became a poor beggar again. Although I was already mentally prepared, seeing the balance was still painful. Better not think about this. Let me study the newly bought skill books. With that, I directly opened the magic book. First, I obtained a skill called Restructure Skin. This is a skill that can use monster appendages to increase one's own defense. I first used the skeleton warrior's horn for an experiment. Now my body strength is enough to resist ordinary swords. The second skill is Laziness Curse, which can reduce the target's speed. This is undoubtedly also a useful skill. The last one is Summoning. The ground before me suddenly shattered. A massive golem rose from the ground. Speaking of necromancers, golems are essential. Golems are much more reliable than ordinary tanks. Plus, golems have powerful copy ability. This is a copy ability that can link my and the golem's actions. The golem's massive size plus my footwork. With that, I proudly swung a punch. In link mode, the golem remained completely motionless. Why? What's going on? It must be a bug. After frantically pressing my watch for a while, the golem finally slowly swung a punch. No way. Is this the fastest speed? Ha ha ha, what should I do now? I knew playing this crappy game relies entirely on luck. On the other side, the meeting of 30 major guilds had just begun. However, only a mere 4 people showed up. They were War God Guild's representative Niger, Red Bull Guild's representative Matador, Brilliant Smile Guild's representative Bulger, and Thunder Hunter Guild's representative Thunder Queen Sir. Bulger first complained, I didn't expect only 4 people to show up. It's truly unbelievable. However, it's already not easy for the 30 major guild leaders who compete for power and profit among themselves to talk together. Nego reminded, Hydra Guild has figured out the Fallen Count's details and plans to attempt the raid in a month. The other guilds can be said to have no clues. Hearing this, Bulger was furious. If that guy really catches the Fallen Count, it's over. The main quest will be monopolized. Sir's face showed killing intent. If you're a coward, don't make noise. Shut up. The two immediately became tense. But Bulger stopped them. What I'm proposing today is an anti-Hydra alliance. The 4 guilds present must not have conflicts until the Fallen Count chapter ends, while sharing intelligence. If everyone has no objections, then let's end the meeting. Sir, leaving the meeting, was furious to actually need to join hands with others because we can't eliminate the first chapter's boss. From today, everyone monitor Hydra's every move and report to me. No matter what, the Fallen Count must be raided by us. At the same time, having successfully reached Willow City, I was thunderstruck, only because the master asked me to go to Pupple Forest. Agent Mickey disappeared there. Go search for the agent's traces. I was completely dazed because Pupple Forest is an extremely dangerous zone where level 70 monsters run rampant. If I go there now, I'll definitely die immediately. That's why I'm asking you, the student of Lord Ahimbri, please go quickly. If you refuse, I'll cancel your qualification as Fallen Tracker. Hearing this, I was extremely conflicted. The task to find Mickey has a 1-month time limit and is extremely difficult. And stripping the Fallen Tracker qualification means kicking me out of the main quest. It must be because I recently completed tasks far beyond my level that this situation occurred. Those tasks should be impossible to complete according to logic, but I still succeeded, so I received a task that should only be received at level 60. What should I do? I can't give up the main quest, but Pupple Forest really is. At this time, I heard people nearby discussing news about Hydra Guild discovering quest clues. At this moment, I seemed to see through the clouds. Great, looks like I don't need to go to Pupple Forest. On the other side, Hydra Guild members had been monitoring the Fallen Count for many days. Catching the Fallen Count, first place must belong to our Hydra Guild. Hearing this, Natal only indicated not to leak information. At this time, Red Bull Guild's 3rd in command Kings ran over to greet them. This mountain's boss is high level. I was just preparing to raid it. You're also here to hunt monsters? Hearing this, Natal was embarrassed. Seeing his expression, Kings immediately realized something. Looks like that intelligence is correct. Just a while ago, Red Bull Guild received anonymous information claiming to know the Fallen Count's location. However, they didn't have time to doubt. They couldn't just watch Hydra take everything. Kings hadn't finished reporting the situation when a figure flashed in the sky. After a violent explosion, Kings had already been quickly subdued. The newcomer was the crazy Chihuahua, Thunder Hunter's Princess Xiaji. Say everything you know or I won't be polite. The camera switched to my summoned golem battling a large bear monster. Due to slow movements, it could only get beaten crazily, while the other little skeletons all watched from the side. I was in a complicated mood because I had already released the Fallen Count's information, but currently there was no news. The method to avoid Pupple Forest is to resolve the chapter's main quest. Absolute Battle Domain's main quest consists of several chapters. Currently ongoing is the first chapter, Fallen Count. As long as the Count is caught, all related side quests will be forcibly terminated. Even if I raid the Fallen Count now, I can't complete the task on time, so I might as well save time to enter another chapter. Therefore, to let others quickly raid, I released information to several guilds. Just as I wondered why no one was eating the meat at their mouths, Hydra's official livestream appeared in my vision. At this time, my golem was also beaten half dead by the bear. After resolving the stupid bear with one move, we sat together to watch the livestream. Hello to all viewers. We Hydra are the first guild to figure out the Fallen Count, so we're preparing to challenge the Count in the final strategy. Seeing this, I silently prayed in my heart. Must be within this month. Expected to proceed in 3 days. I smiled with relief. Although it's a bit early, I'm not surprised. Ha ha ha. 3 days later is just perfect. The information I provided must have made Hydra very very anxious, so they moved up the time, but Hydra still puts my mind at ease. After all, they've cleared main quests faster than other guilds. With the stone in my heart settled, in 3 days I can start living happily. But a jaw-dropping thing happened. Hydra Guild's entire force was annihilated. What? Are you kidding me? No, since they accelerated the process, didn't they think of a strategy first? 1 hour total annihilation, and they're still raiding what exactly? Did I overestimate them? Should have thought of another strategy first. At this time, a notification came from my phone. Red Bull starting live stream. Red Bull is Matador's guild, right? Wild area is refreshing. Looks like Hydra Guild gave up raiding the fallen count. Matador said in a deep voice everyone saw it. The enemy is so powerful that even Hydra Guild was completely annihilated. We have no intelligence or supplies. Success rate is extremely low. But even so, we Red Bull will launch the challenge. This scene left me dumbfounded. Red Bull plans to raid directly? Too rash. Let us introduce our companion challenging together this time. Thunder Hunter Guild's president, Thunder Queen Sir. I was shocked, Che Shirley. A few nights ago, Matador slowly spoke. This is unexpected. The proud Thunder Queen would actually take the initiative to invite me for a meeting. You're not here to declare war on me, right? After all, my subordinate was just beaten up. Sir couldn't help but complain, so pretentious. It's just a greeting. Let's get straight to the point. Did you also receive intelligence? Matador still wanted to play dumb, but was directly interrupted by Sir. Several major guilds basically all received the message. Those guys who found no clues are also gradually gathering at the Count's castle. Even idiots can see something's fishy. Hearing this, Matador could only admit, but I don't know who provided the intelligence either. Do you think Hydra can successfully raid? Sir said coldly. I think they're destined to fail. They're too eager to get first victory and move the date up too much. The first main quest boss isn't that easy to deal with. With that, Sir stabbed a sword into the table in front of them. Shall we join hands to raid the Count? I will assist you in obtaining first victory. The camera switched. Matador's expression had changed from doubt a few days ago to surprise, because Sir's super strong combat ability indeed has the capital to be arrogant. But as the fallen Count's true form appeared, the situation gradually began to turn bad. Monsters seemed endless. No matter how much they killed, they couldn't finish. Seeing the two major guilds' forces about to reach their limit, Matador rushed to Sir's side. Thunder Queen, I'll open the path, you go! A massive shockwave hit. Sir directly killed her way toward the Count along the bloody path. Sir, with exquisite footwork, dodged the Count's constantly attacking tentacles, just as she leaped high, vowing to slay the Count with one sword. Tentacles rising from the ground instantly pierced through her body. But the next second, her body flipped, taking advantage of the Count's unpreparedness to cut his tentacles into segments. Then a powerful strike completely ended the Count. Matador couldn't help but sigh. Looks like this lady is even more terrifying than I imagined. After watching the live stream, my feelings were truly complicated. Che Shirley killed the fallen Count. I tried hard to calm my emotions anyway. The plan was to give away the fallen Count, so whoever eliminates it is the same. Celebrate all you want. Successfully killing the fallen Count will be your last supper. Anyway, the final victor will definitely be me. After the fallen Count was eliminated, I immediately came to the entrance of Burkus Mountains. I know this module area can only be entered under specific conditions. This mountain range is actually the main stage of the second chapter of the main quest. As long as the fallen Count is killed, entry is possible. And I'm the first person to enter this mountain range. Alright, skeletons, let's go. From now on, we're stepping on to a higher stage. Just as I was proud and about to show my skills, a large group of wild boars surrounded me. These guys moving in groups are each as high as level 60, and I'm only level 41. Then I started the ultimate great escape with the skeletons. So unlucky, why are those guys right at the entrance? Can't do this. Players who learned about the module will arrive soon. I can't waste time. Even if the odds are low, I must give it my all. The moment my 4 skeletons rushed at the frenzied wild boars, they were immediately beaten to pieces. However, I smiled slightly. These are just bait. The next second, I launched laziness curse at them. Yee, you probably can't move for 5 seconds. Just as I drew my sword to slay them all, I stepped on a banana peel that appeared from nowhere. I immediately fell flat on my face in front of the wild boars. Mocking sounds came from the tree. The level 50 iron armor monkey is a monster that likes to play tricks on humans. Just as I was furious and wanted to settle accounts with the monkey, the laziness curse time had passed. Is my legendary life going to be ruined by small wild boars? Suddenly a cold gleam flashed in the sky. Blue arrows easily pierced through the wild boars, then countless blue lights shot and killed all the wild boar group. To be able to eliminate the wild boar group alone, could he be? At this time, the glasses-wearing man in Willow City was trying to find the player who leaked the fallen Count intelligence. Those who break world balance must pay the price. The camera returned to my side. Receiving Hunter's hospitality, I was beaming, because the person's name is Moro, a core NPC of the main quest's second chapter. Former Moro, as the prince's swordsmanship teacher, was an absolute expert, but due to disgraceful matters was demoted. He became the ranger captain guarding Burkus Mountains. Go back. Just as I was celebrating, Moro poured cold water on me. Although I don't know why you came here, this place only has monsters. Before encountering greater misfortune, better return where you came from. The fallen Count is dead, I said flatly. My previous life's invincible self naturally knew NPC's patterns, but fallen monsters still appear here. I came here to investigate this. Is there anything you find suspicious? Moro spoke. I do suspect someone, but currently it's just speculation. After gaining Moro's trust, I first obtained many honors, including the initiator title. Just give orders, Lord Moro. Whatever you need me to do, just say it. Help me investigate nearby monsters. This commission suited me perfectly. I need to level up anyway. High-level monsters like wild boars and giant bear warriors can wait. Let's catch some simple ones first. This reminded me of that damn monkey throwing banana peels. Just wait, monkey. Let me properly teach you a lesson. In the forest, An iron armor monkey as usual threw banana peels to trick passersby. Seeing passersby fall, it couldn't help but laugh heartily, but it didn't realize the seriousness of the situation at all. Found you! Vengeful me silently approached behind it. Die, you damn monkey! However, this iron armor monkey was extremely agile, easily dodging my attack. I pursued all the way but couldn't hit it at all. Damn it! This made me gnash my teeth in rage, but I immediately thought of a strategy, throwing my long sword at it. A blue flash scared the iron armor monkey into sweating, but this strike still missed by a hair, just as this damn monkey was feeling smug. Everything is within my calculations. The golem's giant fist linked to my body had already left it with nowhere to escape. After a massive explosion, the damn monkey directly ended its sinful life. The system notification sounded. I obtained the first person to hunt iron armor monkey title. At the same time in the first chapter, the two major guild leaders basking in glory were still accepting reporters' interviews. Sir put on a smile, claiming she was just lucky this time. But after leaving, she immediately changed her expression. In this raid, if we hadn't joined hands with Red Bull, we would have been destined to fail, to achieve perfect victory. Sure enough, we still need that kind of expert. She turned to instruct Xiaxi to contact Huishi. I need to hunt something. Burka's Mountains. After I killed several hundred iron armor monkeys, my low-level sword blade also reached its limit. Damn, still reached the limit. I really should buy new equipment. The problem is no money. Sure enough, I still need to obtain gems. Monster gems are equipment obtained with extremely low probability after hunting monsters. Gems are attached with attribute effects corresponding to the monster, like goblin gems increase strength. Iron armor monkey gems are especially suitable for making equipment. Good, then from now on, crazy hunt iron armor monkeys until they're extinct. Just like this, 9 hours passed, but no gems dropped at all. Killed so many and not a single one dropped. Maybe killing one more will drop. Right, try one more time. Just then a voice called out to me. Hey, you're Ha-Ho Mask, right? Hearing this, I sized up the newcomer. Wearing expensive fire lizard set, paired with oak hero sword, meaning the opponent is at least level 70. Could it be a companion of that glasses-wearing guy in his group? The armored man said flatly, I'm Jackal. With that, he struck a Chunabu pose. I formally challenge Ha-Ho Mask to a duel. I see your recent online popularity is super high. If I can defeat you, I can definitely become famous in one stroke. Hearing this, I knew the opponent was just an idiot. I'm busy. Get lost. Wait. Jackal quickly stopped me. If you duel with me, I'm willing to pay 5,000 gold coins. Customer, welcome. Player Jackal considers himself a justice warrior because he possesses naturally excellent abilities. No matter what game he plays, he receives everyone's attention. However, shockingly, in absolute battle domain, no one paid attention to him. At this time, he heard people all over the streets discussing videos updated by Ha-Ho Mask. This made him collapse, lying on the ground crying. He ran along without realizing where he'd run to. Suddenly, he noticed me laughing crazily on the side. Isn't that Ha-Ho Mask? If I upload a video of defeating him online, won't everyone's attention transfer to me? So Ha-Ho Mask, duel with me. If I win, I'll give you 5,000 gold coins. Seeing this, I was devastated. You crazy person. Duel is duel. Why are you stripping? Jackal indicated. Your weapon seems damaged. I'm stripping for a fair duel. I must win you fair and square. Hey, if it were you, would you duel with a guy wearing only underwear? Stop talking nonsense. Take this. With that, Jackal lunged at me. Hey, don't dodge. Have a fair match with me. The man in front of me wants to duel with me to gain traffic. He's not wearing clothes, saying he wants to win me fair and square. With nimble movements, I kept dodging his attacks. However, his charged punch still sent me flying. This made me realize that although the idiot in front of me doesn't look very smart, his level is higher. I probably can't win by brute force. So when this big guy charged at me at full speed, I directly threw dirt from the ground at him. Then came a gorgeous leg sweep. Watching Jackal fall to the ground, I rushed up and gave him a beating. Since I can't match you in strength, I'll use technique instead. Facing Jackal's cursing about my shamelessness, I indicated this is a matter of life and death. What's despicable about it? You lost because you're more obsessed with appearances than winning. With that, I directly used iron armor monkey skin to strengthen my body. Emanating terrifying pressure, I charged straight at him. Since you started this, are you mentally prepared? Wait a minute. I surrender. A massive purple shockwave exploded behind him. Hearing his plea for mercy, I deflected my fist. This powerful strike plowed a huge gash in the earth. Jackal, trembling in fear, almost forgot this was in the game. I just grinned. I won, right? Don't forget my 5,000 gold coins. Jackal praised my strength repeatedly while removing his mask. He's a blonde guy. You're so strong, that's amazing. I concede defeat. Here's the agreed 5,000 gold coins. Take my sword as well. What? Getting the oak hero sword, I trembled. This is a rare sword that can increase abilities in all aspects. You're actually giving it to me? Jackal only explained calmly. I just want to show my gratitude. During this time, I only cared about popularity and forgot to make myself stronger. You made me realize this. Take it because only someone like you is qualified to be my brother. Just for this reason, you're giving me the sword? Too bad I vowed not to party with others. With that, I kicked him. Then I had the skeletons beat him up again. With his face beaten swollen, Jackal still persisted. Someday, I'll become worthy of being your brother. Looking forward to our meeting, brother. I complained while leaving. Anyway, I got a good sword. With this, I don't need to hunt iron armor monkeys anymore. But should I catch a few more iron armor monkeys to see if gems will drop? The oak hero sword is a rare weapon that enhances various stats while selling for over 10,000 in shops. After some hunting, I also began reporting to Moro, 950 iron armor monkeys, 106 fang wolves, and 76 poison lizards. Moro expressed admiration. Thanks to your investigation, things went so smoothly. But why do you have that expression? Haha, sorry. I was thinking about how to spend the money I've earned recently, Moro explained. From now on, the tasks you receive will be very dangerous. Giant bear warriors appear on this mountain. Giant bear warriors are 4-meter tall, extremely brutal monsters equipped with human warrior armaments. If we can find out where it got that equipment, it will help investigate the fallen one's background. Hearing this, I immediately wanted to go bring back the giant bear warrior's equipment. Moro looked worried. That monster is very powerful. Are you okay going alone? I showed a confident smile. I understand how to raid the giant bear warrior, but before I go catch the giant bear warrior, let me splurge a bit first. I directly opened the auction house and bought the skeleton snake set. Fully armed, I directly experienced the joy of paying to win. Then I turned around and bought a bunch of skill books. Is this what being rich feels like? Good. Although there's still a bit of a gap with the giant bear warrior, it's enough. Just then, the little skeletons behind me looked at me expectantly. Right, I still need to buy you equipment. I opened the shop and found I had no money left. Children, my money. Seeing the situation, the skeletons looked dejected, about to turn dark. At this time, a group of wild boars was approaching. That's right, kill them and we'll have money. Fortunately, I'm quite clever. Now the wild boars are the ones in trouble. Soon only the last wild boar remained. Facing the skeleton's murderous appearance, it was already trembling in fear. However, a red beam of light directly stole my prey. Who allowed you to hunt here? This is our Apollo Guild's area. Looking for death? I looked closely. Another group of idiots. Our names are 1 Zhang, 2 Zhang, 3 Zhang. We're the 3 brothers of the great Apollo Guild. Before they finished their nonsense, I swiftly eliminated them all. A bunch of weirdos causing trouble. Why have I been entangled by so many idiots recently? Should I do some exorcism ritual? With that, I left with the skeletons. However, Wang Zhang, with his last breath, called headquarters for help. Apollo Guild's president was furious upon hearing this. What? After hearing my name, they still dared to attack my subordinates? Capture him for me, spend whatever money it takes. Ignoring my name should have consequences. At the same time, I finally reached the mountaintop where giant bear warriors appear. The little skeletons who got new equipment were playing with their looks. Damn it, can you focus? What we're hunting today is, the giant bear warrior is level 70 with 3 attack phases, so it's a tricky opponent. But as long as I catch it, I'll be faster than the 30 major guilds on the main quest. Just as I was still instructing the skeletons on the battle plan, the giant bear warrior had already appeared. I immediately started combat mode to prepare for battle. On the other side, Thunder Hunter Guild people saw my updated Iron Armor Monkey video and chased to Burka's Mountains. Hope Haho Mask is still there. But Huishi immediately became discouraged. Why am I in this godforsaken mountain? What do you mean if I don't agree, forcibly bring him back? Isn't that a crime? He casually unleashed a flame that instantly killed the level 65 wild boar king behind him. I want to quit so badly. Hurry up and appear. Haho Mask. Little did he know, on the mountaintop I had already begun fierce battle with the giant bear warrior. Before rebirth, I raided this guy with guild members and failed 6 times before barely succeeding. But if it's the same situation this time, the main quest will be snatched by others. To defeat this monster, I need to aim at the armor's connection points first and disarm it. For this, I also prepared new skills. Skeletons, after I give the signal, follow up. The next second, I charged straight at the giant bear warrior. However, this time because my equipment enhanced too much, I flew directly over the giant bear's head. Ah, what's going on? Wait a moment. But the giant bear wouldn't give me this chance. With one slap, it eliminated the skeletons I summoned. Damn it, speed also needs moderation. This damn game, things being what they are, I could only use acceleration to charge directly. The next second, I crashed straight into the giant bear warrior's body. After feeling some inexplicable softness, I was immediately sent flying by the giant bear warrior. Damn it, too much strength. Still need to adapt. Fortunately, my health bar is quite thick now, but I still removed part of its armor just now. Facing the giant bear's continuous attacks, I could only keep rolling and dodging. Bone Blast. I immediately used the new skill. Magic bombs instantly exploded. But after this strike, the giant bear didn't seem to lose much health, so I changed strategy and resummoned the skeletons. Then let's fight like a necromancer. With my summon, the golem rose from the ground and collided with the giant bear. Although the golem was repelled the next second, I still took the opportunity to find a weakness. I directly activated the golem's rock form. The golem's hard body immediately trapped the giant bear's blade, so it couldn't move. The little skeletons all entered the fray. Continuous slashing left the giant bear covered in wounds. The next second, the giant bear entered berserk phase, but I was already prepared. The skeleton mage's flames shot up to the sky, but this move affected me too. Idiot, you should wait for me to dodge before attacking. Are you trying to kill me? The critically wounded giant bear warrior roared madly. Seeing this, I directly threw out 4 bone blasts. The fusion and stacking released magical power comparable to a nuclear bomb. Awesome. Physical attacks are still the way. As the system notification sounded, the giant bear warrior was already under my foot. The guy that required the entire guild's forces to subjugate before rebirth was taken down by me alone this time. Alright skeletons, you worked hard. Let's go get Moro's next quest. On the other side, Huiji, unable to find my trail, was about to collapse. I've turned this mountain inside out these past few days and can't find him. Plus, there are more and more people here. If I can't find Haho Mask, Miss Sir definitely won't let me off. But making me search an entire mountain alone from the start is too much. A black-hearted guild like Thunder Hunter should go bankrupt. At this time, Sir's phone call directly startled him. He was about to explain something when concern came from the other end. You've worked hard. I also feel this matter is difficult for you. Even for you, it's hard to search an entire mountain alone. Hearing this, Wei Shi shed tears of emotion. Then can I come back? I'm sending Shi over. As soon as the words fell, an explosion came from the tavern wall. Idiot Hui Shi. It's all your fault. Now even I've been sent here. Seeing the person who hates him most arrive, Hui Shi's face was ashen. What kind of world is this? At the same time, I found more and more people in Burka's Mountains. But this is normal. Most players have already discovered this is the main quest area. Looks like I need need to hurry and find Moro. However, just as I set out, 3 guys were rushing toward me. These guys are dressed similar to the trio from last time. Are they here for revenge? Just as I was preparing to deal with them, they brushed past me, still shouting for help. A blue beam of light instantly knocked down all 3 of them, also scratching my cheek. So pathetic to beg the enemy for mercy. A girl's voice came from behind. Isn't this those 2 from Thunder Hunter Guild? Hey, Xiaxi drew her sword. Are you Ha-Ho Mask? Thunder Hunter's second-ranked Xiaxi, nicknamed Thunder Princess, also called Mad Dog. As long as it's an order from that woman, sir, this fanatic believer would go through fire and water willingly. The other is Thunder Hunter's third-ranked Huishi. Once he locks onto a target, he'll complete it even if it kills him. A genius mage player. Even before my rebirth, facing them was very tricky. Are they looking for Ha-Ho Mask because of guild recruitment? I really want to eliminate them, but definitely can't do it now, so I chose to play dumb. Who is Ha-Ho Mask? Just play dumb. They don't have proof anyway. Liar. Xiaxi suddenly leaned close. How could someone wandering Burka's Mountains not know who Ha-Ho Mask is? Plus, that guy's video views have reached 20 million. You're so suspicious. Suddenly noticed your clothes are also similar to his. You wouldn't be Ha-Ho Mask, would you? The next second, she was stopped by Huishi. That's not the problem now. The real problem is you brat. The shops you smashed. The people you killed thinking they were suspicious. How should we handle this? Everyone knows our guild. There's no way to shirk responsibility. Before you ruin the guild's reputation, hurry up and apologize. Why should I apologize? Seeing this, I was dumbfounded. I didn't expect them to have such personalities. Sorry, happy now, Xiaxi said reluctantly. Seeing them about to turn and leave, I was also relieved to have passed this crisis. Suddenly, Xiaxi punched at me. The massive impact directly sent me flying dozens of meters. The girl, ignoring Huishi's dissuasion, calmly indicated, I thought you could dodge this kind of attack. As the one ambushed, I gritted my teeth. To strike so hard at someone completely unprepared, I will formally file a complaint against Thunder Hunter Guild. I'll post an article on the official bulletin board. Thunder Hunter is a garbage guild that bullies newbies. Please don't do that. Huishi quickly took out a bag of gold coins and apologized. 1,000 gold coins? Seeing your sincerity, I won't pursue it. After getting my forgiveness, Huishi quickly dragged Xiaxi away. I also breathed a sigh of relief. A great man knows when to yield. Now isn't the time to provoke them. Just endure a bit more. The departing Xiaxi still had doubts. When a fist flies over, normal people should reflexively dodge, right? But that guy showed an annoyed expression in an instant. Sure enough, very suspicious. The camera switched to me, already bringing the giant bear warrior's armor fragments back to Moro. Sure enough, something is happening. Without you, many more people would have sacrificed. However, hearing this, I only hoped to quickly advance the plot, or those 30 major guilds would catch up. Moro finally took out a treasure chest for me to choose from. This is a location map of monster caves he marked. Great, isn't this marking various dungeons where rare equipment can be obtained? But he assigned a new task again. Many new armed monsters have appeared outside the perimeter of Bailing Forest at the mountain range's edge. After going out, I was dejected again. After all, Bailing Forest is a hunting ground for level 90 and above. Currently, the only place I can go is SLA Canyon, where level 75 demon goats appear. I even handled the giant bear. What's a goat? Let me level up at the fastest speed! Just as I was confidently about to enter SLA Canyon, I saw a familiar face again. Isn't this Matador? Why is that guy here? On Thunder Hunter's side, seeing Xiaxi and the 2 return empty-handed, Sir immediately had them start the main quest. The strong are naturally attracted to the strong. Ha-Ho Mask, you won't have to wait long. After I slashed the demon goat into pieces with one sword, onlookers unknowingly crowded around. Wow, aren't you Ha-Ho Mask? It's real. Wow, Ha-Ho Mask bro, look over here. Seeing them so disgusting, perverted, and greasy, I quickly fled. Damn, how did I fall into this predicament? Turns out the previous solo raid of Giant Bear Warrior Dungeon went viral. But getting rich always has a price. Now whenever I do anything, a bunch of people surround me. To properly hunt and level up, I prepared to directly enter the higher level center of SLA Canyon, but coincidentally ran into Matador. Long time no see. You're that newbie from the starter village, right? You left without greeting me then, making it awkward for me. But your leveling speed is really fast. A few months ago you were still in the starter village, now you can come to SLA Canyon. Hearing this, I felt guilty. What are you doing here? This shouldn't be a place upper circle players like you would come. You haven't heard? Yesterday Red Bull Guild took the lead in occupying SLA Canyon. You need a base for main quests. Plus, if I'm lucky, I might run into Ha-Ho Mask here. You watched his Giant Bear Warrior hunting video recently too, right? I guessed he'd be nearby, so came to look. Aren't you curious about that super rising star? Hearing this, I could only flee. Sorry, I don't know who he is. Damn it, why is everyone looking for me? This situation is too bad. If this continues, forget the main quest. I can't even level up. Right, I can't go to that canyon. Didn't Moro also give me a map? I remember a rare dungeon is nearby. This place definitely isn't simple, but to gain greater profits, I can only take the risk. With that, I jumped into the water with the skeletons. There's definitely a hidden dungeon inside. However, breathing time is limited. Only 20 seconds. I swam forward desperately and indeed found a gate. Finally, barely squeezed inside. The dungeon full of blue crystals indeed looked like it had a lot of prey. Looks like I came to the right place. When there are too many people, just switch to a place with fewer people. Since it's a hidden dungeon, the monsters should be strong, right? These stones seem to have rumbling sounds coming from deep within. That is, looking closer, it's actually a slime. What? Are you kidding me? Now you want me to hunt small monsters like slimes? However, that slime didn't seem simple. Its body was actually emitting flames. Could spirit-type monsters appear here? Spirit types are extremely rare monsters in absolute battle domain. The equipment they drop becomes material for attribute equipment. In other words, as long as I catch it, I can definitely get rich. Go, skeletons. Take them all down, not one left. But at this time, stronger tremors came from inside. A fire lizard covered in red flames emerged. Facing the huge fireball, I quickly dodged backward with the skeletons. To attack right away? How rude. Rude, can't help it. If this continues, things will get troublesome. In that case, let me try this. Berserker Helm, Bone Armor. Finally, the Black Oak Skull I bought at great expense. Let's strengthen the skeleton together. After my enhancement, a mighty and domineering skeleton knight made a dazzling appearance. Go, skeleton knight! With a flash, after a mad slashing, the fire lizard was cut into pieces. Then came the fire lizard swarm. Attack next, skeleton knight. Under my painstakingly money-invested skeleton knight's mad slashing, no matter how many fire lizards, they're just experience packs. Fantastic. Auto-hunting. This is so awesome, haha. After the skeletons leveled up, I didn't expect they could also auto-hunt in high-level dungeons. Plus, fire lizard crystals sell for higher than I expected on the market, so profit far exceeds cost. Keep making money like this to strengthen other skeletons and it's perfect. At this pace, after defeating the boss, I'll head straight to Bailing Forest. An hour later, I found a hidden dungeon reception room. Really didn't expect to encounter a hidden reception room here. Don't know what will appear inside, but leaving would be a huge loss. Things being what they are, my choice is, of course, to hope I can successfully take down this dungeon. When I entered the basement, rows of sword-wielding giant statues stood eerily. This map style seems like some kind of abandoned temple. The knight statues even have sword marks. This is getting more unsettling. At this time, I saw a throne illuminated by green light ahead, with a headless knight sitting proudly. Accompanied by a thunderous boom, the knight actually slowly stood up. Sensing something wrong, I quickly commanded skeletons to defend. But as soon as I spoke, several little skeletons were slashed apart by the knight before them. Damn it, didn't expect this thing to appear. This is a monster controlled by top-tier combat AI, Spirit Knight. In my previous life, my level was the same as now. At that time, all members of Haho Mask Guild went to battle, but the final result was total annihilation. In the end, even I failed and could only choose to give up, but this time is different. I resummon the skeletons. Give it everything from the start. I saw green fire continuously burning in the Spirit Knight's hand, the blade also enchanted. One horizontal slash directly eliminated a skeleton. Then it blocked my and the skeleton knight's attack with its sword. Under my tactical arrangement, a little skeleton quickly pierced through its chest. Green flames appeared again. Then a powerful explosion sent us all flying. Only the skeleton knight and I remained, and even piercing the chest won't cause fatal damage to the Spirit Knight. What should I do? Ordinary skeletons and golems are useless against it. There's no way to win like this. This reminded me of my companion's question in my previous life. Where do you get the courage to fight monsters several times your size? Hearing this, I calmly indicated I never thought about these things. If I had to say, I thought if I don't kill it, I won't have food today. That's right. When have I ever thought while playing games? If I can't cause fatal damage, then keep increasing damage output. Under my continuous fierce attacks, there seemed to be some effect. Suddenly, the Spirit Knight accelerated its offensive. Blood traces also appeared at the corner of my mouth as I struggled to resist, but it's all within my expectations. That's a feint, idiot. The skeleton knight had already circled behind it. One upward strike directly removed one of the Spirit Knight's arms. Come on! If I don't kill you today, I won't have food. At the same time in Saleh Canyon Village, Matador was still constantly anticipating Haho Mask's arrival. The red-haired woman beside him was puzzled. Why are you so interested in that person? Just killed a few small monsters. Matador explained those monsters were all high level for Haho Mask. In this game where pain is perceived, only madmen and natural-born warriors would challenge monsters higher level than themselves. And Haho Mask is both. Although we cut off one of the Spirit Knight's arms, as red fire coursed through its body, a flame blade grew from the armless side. Seeing this, I was fearless, and launched another offensive with the skeleton. The Spirit Knight slashed fiercely at the ground. Countless boulders were instantly thrown up. The skeleton knight and I kept splitting the rocks, quickly closing in on the monster, and leaving wounds on its body. Watching us two circle around it, slashing in perfect coordination, the Spirit Knight's power increased again, bursting power forming a flame vortex. The flame-enchanted blade slashed fiercely at me with unprecedented massive force. I struggled to block the attack and was about to command the skeleton knight, but because I was too focused on controlling the skeleton, I was hit by the monster's 2 strikes. This attack brought my health bar almost down to 0. Just as the Spirit Knight was about to give me the final blow, the skeleton knight sacrificed itself to protect me, using its body to block in front of me. This guy, I leaped up again and threw out Bone Blast. Purple explosions kept rumbling but seemed to have no effect on it, but I kept launching attacks. The next second, the Spirit Knight broke through the purple smoke and charged straight at me, but everything was within my expectations. Magic attacks can hardly damage spirit-type monsters, but I already applied Bone Blast to the skeleton fragments. I shouted loudly, "Ultimate Summon!" Countless little skeletons climbed all over the Spirit Knight's body. Farewell! I immediately swung my sword and slashed the immobilized Spirit Knight into pieces. The system notification sounded. I obtained the chivalry title and armor fragments and leveled up again. The scene of my companions, questioning in my previous life, is still vivid. How is it possible to defeat the Spirit Knight? It's all your fault for getting everyone killed, but this time is completely different. You worked hard, skeletons. At the same time, green light appeared on the throne behind. Wow, that's the randomly appearing reward room. Haha, thank you heavens. What will the reward be? Gold coins, weapons, or hidden skill books? However, when I opened the treasure chest, I only saw a tattered book. Research records on ancient power. As a prelude to the main quest, I already read this before rebirth. I didn't expect such garbage to drop. Can you give me some advanced weapons? Purple light appeared again. Could there be more? The camera switched to me arriving at Bailing Mountains. My level is sufficient time to proceed with the main quest. My skeletons are also fully armed. Didn't expect that room to drop such a thing. This is the super strong skill that can equip players' equipment onto summoned beasts. Equip. This means even without leveling up in the future, I can infinitely strengthen the skeletons. Just buying equipment costs a lot of money. Suddenly a voice emerged, Truly remarkable. Ha ho, mask. Sure enough, your reputation is well deserved. 3 dark figures made me immediately raise my guard. Ha ha ha, you ask who we are? We are born for romance. The chivalrous R2 family who die for romance. Seeing this, I was speechless. Sure enough, only perverts play this game. I immediately turned to leave. Ha ho, mask, you walk so fast. Sure enough, experts even have different footwork. Ha ha ha, at this rate we'll lose you. Slow down a bit. Get lost, you perverts. Get away. But you haven't accepted our proposal yet. Become our companion, ha ho, mask. We are the R2 family, a group training in this bailing forest with the goal of reaching level 100. But the difficulty here is higher than imagined. With just our own strength, we can't hunt monsters, so we're looking for like-minded companions. But for some reason, everyone we met rejected us. Anyway, ha ho, mask, please join us and protect this romance. Hearing this, I had to beat them up, what romance or not. I don't want to team up with others. If you chase me again, I'll definitely eliminate you. The somewhat discouraged R2 family then received a call from 2N family. Those guys who hung us in trees sent us a request for help. On the other side, deep in the forest, I had already begun hunting black ogres. Under my upgraded equipment, black ogres were almost no match. After fighting the spirit knight, hunting other monsters became easy, although progress is relatively smooth. Already eliminated 55 black ogres. Moro's assigned task is to find traces of armored black ogres in Bailing Forest. Now I've searched the entire forest and haven't even seen a piece of armor fragment. The main quest has no progress. If this continues, I'll definitely be overtaken by those 30 major guilds. Should have gotten intelligence from those guys called R2 or something. Forget it, don't want to have anything to do with them. At this time, violent explosion sounds behind attracted my attention. The boss was raided not long ago. There shouldn't be monsters requiring such fanfare. Suddenly I thought of something. I got it! At this time, deep in the forest, the R2 family who came to support 2N family was struggling hard. The black ogre before them wore armor. Normal attacks couldn't cause damage at all. Plus, behind the black ogre army was a leader of unclear level. 2N family was almost entirely wiped out. Even survivors couldn't participate in battle. Seeing this situation, companions advised the captain it's better to escape. Hearing this, the captain fell into memories. In the past, when they encountered difficulties, no one ever came to help. Those people would only look at them with disgusted eyes. Thinking of this, he made up his mind. We'll hold these monsters, use remaining magic power to leave 2N family a retreat path. The feeling of being rejected after asking for help, we understand better than anyone, don't we? I'll hold these monsters. You two go help them. With that, he resolutely charged at the black ogres. But his sharp spear piercing the monster didn't cause much damage. Instead, the black ogre sent him flying with one move. Just as the monster was about to stomp him flat, light blue light flickered. I dashingly arrived at the scene. Let me make this clear first. I'm not here to help you. I'm interfering because I'm worried the monsters will be stolen by you. Facing the super strong, armored black ogres, my summoned little skeletons eliminated them all with one strike each. Then my sword pointed at the remaining final leader. Without your subordinates, you must be quite bored. I'll send you to meet them right away. Hearing this, the level 80 armored black ogre was furious. Everyone couldn't help but worry about my safety. From the monster's eyes, they recognized it as a fallen beast from the main quest, 3 times stronger than normal monsters. Seeing this scene, I remained fearless. While dodging its attacks, the hero sword began charging power. After dazzling blue light, the armored black ogre was directly pierced through by me with one move. Seeing how easily I did it, everyone was shocked. Accompanied by the system notification sound, I also obtained a large amount of gold coins and experience. Next, I just need to return to Moro's side to continue the main quest. But before that, I needed to distribute the raid monster profits. 20 armored black ogres and 1 armored black ogre. Rare materials must be priced very high. But according to this game's settings, only the person who attacks the monster first has the right to distribute the loot. What's infuriating is, these monsters were clearly all killed by me. Originally, I wanted to wait until these guys were wiped out before acting. But when I heard that line, the feeling of being rejected after asking for help, we understand better than anyone, I couldn't help but intervene. This is all my fault. At this time, the 3 from R2 family came forward to express their thanks to me. But we can't let you leave like this. Just when I thought they'd be thinking about how to divide the spoils, they actually wanted to take a photo with me. I was speechless. Aren't you going to distribute the hunting experience? Hearing this, R2 indicated these spoils should go to Haho Mask. That's romantic enough. On the way leaving, the image of those 3 silly fellows still lingered in my mind. Although they look foolish, playing games with them should be quite happy, but doing so would make me complacent. Guys like me are more suited to playing with those vicious ones from the 30 major guilds. Skeletons, speed up. We need to quickly do Moro's quest. At the same time, Thunder Hunter Guild also successfully eliminated the giant bear warrior. Huishi reported 2 important pieces of intelligence to Sir. First, among the 30 major guilds, 3 Wings Guild and Brilliant Smile Guild engaged in a war of attrition. This caused Brilliant Smile Guild to suffer heavy losses. Sir calmly indicated starting a war at this time was extremely foolish. What's the second intelligence? Haho Mask has already raided the armored black ogre. His progress is a bit faster than our guild. Hearing this, Sir just showed a smile. Looks like we also need to speed up. Go receive the next quest. The second chapter's raid can only belong to us, Thunder Hunter. On the other side, I returned to my teacher Ahimbri. Every time I see this pitfall old man, I feel a terrible headache. I saw Ahimbri praising my recent performance while taking out the secret Suicide Squad ring. This unique ring greatly amplifies me, but I know this guy won't give me the ring so easily. I saw his face showing a sleazy smile, telling me to say, please give it to me, teacher. Seeing this, I slammed the table. If you think I'll play this stupid little game with you every time, then you guessed right. Please give it to me, teacher. Damn it, for this precious ring I can only compromise. Ahimbri smiled slightly. Now you need a stage to display your abilities. So go to the main battlefield. So according to the teacher's instructions, I came to the main battlefield's gate. At the main battlefield, monsters outside the city walls continuously surge up because monsters keep rushing up within a limited time. This place is even more dangerous than normal dungeons. But rewards are distributed based on the number of monsters eliminated, so massive gold coins can be obtained in this wild area. In my previous life, I always wanted to come here, but guild members never wanted to, so I had no opportunity. Little did I know, while I was fantasizing, a woman behind me had already locked onto my position. Mr. Herbowin, I seem to have found Ha-Ho Mask. Turns out Apollo Guild's big fatty, learning his subordinates couldn't handle a newbie, was furious. You useless fools actually returned empty-handed. His subordinates could only keep explaining. Thunder Hunter suddenly interfered then. We had no choice. According to rumors, they seemed to want to recruit Ha-Ho Mask. Apollo was furious. He's so arrogant just because he relies on the 30 major guilds. Then let's teach him a lesson. So he directly called Herbywin, an executive of Brilliant Smile Guild. I have something to ask you, Mr. Herbywin. I hope you can eliminate a player called Ha-Ho Mask for me. Hearing this, Herbywin was shocked. Ha-Ho Mask refers to that famous newbie? Why is this? Apollo gritted his teeth. That guy not only provoked our guild but didn't apologize. In other words, he insulted my name. Hearing this, Herbywin had complicated feelings, thinking insulted your name, so it's not really a big deal at all. Sorry, it's hard for me to agree to your request. Brilliant Smile is a major guild after all. Resolving such small matters will definitely be ridiculed. Then there's no choice. Apollo threatened. From today, I can only stop supporting Brilliant Smile. The reason Brilliant Smile became one of the 30 major guilds is because I contributed a lot of money. You can't even satisfy such a small request. I won't support you anymore in the future. Apollo! Herbowin suddenly slammed the table. Thinking carefully, I think Ha-Ho Mask is truly a villain who must be eliminated immediately. I'll contact you after handling this, hehe. After hanging up, he just felt extremely troubled. If I refuse, there's no money to take. But if I kill Ha-Ho Mask, our guild's image will be damaged. Why do these people always make things difficult for me? At this time a voice came, do you need help? Would it be fine to just eliminate Ha-Ho Mask? This reminded Herbywin. Zhu Rong hasn't joined the guild yet. Let her eliminate Ha-Ho Mask. Zhu Rong bowed slightly. Please rest assured and leave it to me. You took me in. I will do my best to repay you. I will definitely eliminate Ha-Ho Mask. On the other side at the main battlefield, the one commanding us to enter was the main NPC Berg. Once the city gate opens, it won't open again for several hours. Before then, rewards will be distributed based on hunting numbers. If it's not time yet, the city gate absolutely won't open, so everyone needs to pay attention. Additionally, I'm assigning everyone a special quest. Please eliminate the mutant monster blue giant appearing at the main battlefield. The reward is a unique grade skill book that will definitely provide a unique grade skill. Hearing this, I was also shocked. In my previous life, I only saw this a few times. To actually use this as a reward. This reward is too good. Other players also coveted it greatly. They discussed among themselves, to get this, we must first eliminate competitors. The strongest person among us is Ha-Ho Mask. However, the moment the gate opened, I already took the lead far ahead of everyone at whirlwind speed. Everyone was also very angry seeing me strike first. At this time, Zhu Rong's voice came, I have an idea. Should we join forces? Seeing she was a newbie, the man was very angry, a mere newbie pointing fingers. Get lost to the side. The next second, the man was violently thrown away. Seeing her so powerful, everyone was also terrified. Zhu Rong struck while the iron was hot. I don't need any reward. I just want to eliminate Ha-Ho Mask. If anyone is willing to do as I say, I can give them the skill book. After all, with your strength, you fundamentally can't get it. This scene was entirely witnessed by me standing at a high place. These guys even established an alliance to eliminate me. I told you the world has many scumbags. It's really troublesome. Hunting monsters is already busy enough and I still have to deal with them. At this time, a good idea suddenly popped into my mind. Seeing more and more people wanting to eliminate Ha-Ho Mask, Zhu Rong couldn't help but feel proud after eliminating him. What should I do? With this achievement, I can definitely gain Mr. Herbowin's recognition and officially join Brilliant Smile Guild. By then, many people will definitely gather under me. Then this game will be very happy. Just as she was still fantasizing, a large group of monsters swarmed over. She was about to command defense when she discovered something abnormal. The number of monsters is much more than usual monster tides. Too many monsters, direct confrontation fundamentally can't maintain formation. Could it be? She noticed me behind the monsters. That's right, I'm the one who lured the monsters toward them. Go die, you bastards. Zhu Rong also didn't expect I'd be so shameless, watching the monsters about to completely submerge the crowd. But she didn't order a retreat. Please hold on as much as possible. As long as the leader disappears, the monster tide's momentum will weaken. I'll immediately eliminate Ha-Ho Mask. With that, she leaped over the monster group and charged straight at me. Unprepared, I was sent flying by her strike. But this was within my expectations. I knew I could lure you out. So you're that damn alliance leader? Do you recognize me? No matter how much I recall, I have no impression of you. I also don't understand why you're so desperately trying to kill me. Zhu Rong covered up. I just want to eliminate the unique grade skillbook's competitors in advance. You think I believe that? I suddenly drew my sword and slashed at her. Your expression shows no interest in the skill book at all. After some exchanges, I found her strength wasn't simple. Close combat didn't gain any advantage. Then let's try this move. I threw a bone blast right at her face. But even with the explosion right in front of her, she still dodged by flipping. This made me even more curious. No matter how I think about it, with your strength you wouldn't be unknown. Quickly tell me which guild you belong to. Zhu Rong didn't waste words. She directly activated combat mode. Seeing her so serious, I just felt troubled because I still wanted to extract some intelligence. In that case, bring it on. Just as she wanted to seriously battle with me, she suddenly noticed the little skeletons behind. What are these guys for? I explained. Don't mind those skeletons. I already ordered them not to interfere. You want a duel with me, right? For a duel, there's no need to let summoned beasts participate, right? Hearing this, her impression of the frivolous attitude I gave earlier changed instantly. Didn't expect he'd be quite pure. You'll pay the price. She charged straight at me. Just when I thought her offensive was no different from before, she suddenly accelerated and flashed behind me. Then came swift slashing. Green cold gleams continuously passed over my body. Under a fierce offensive, I finally couldn't help but fall to the ground. Seeing this, Zhu Rong showed a sickly look. Your cute appearance is most suitable for using as a chair. When you die, resent yourself for not obeying Mr. Herbowin. But at the critical moment, the skeleton knight silently extended its leg and tripped her. Haha, Mr. Herbowin, so you're from Brilliant Smile Guild. After some battle, Zhu Rong was successfully subdued by me. Speak, why is Brilliant Smile targeting me? Zhu Rong disdainfully said, you don't think I'll obediently answer you, do you? You can't get any information from me. Seeing this, I directly stated, you're Zhu Rong, under Brilliant Smile Guild's Herbowin. Seeing her guilty expression, I became more certain. How exactly do you know this? I pretended to be mysterious, indicating I have my own methods. Actually, before rebirth, she was Herbowin's most famous subordinate, but I have no connection with you guys at all. How did you target me? Zhu Rong was ashamed and angry. Just eliminate me directly, but I had no such intention. Directly eliminating a person like you would be too wasteful. Also, I'm going to find Blue Giant now. Don't play any tricks. Left in place, Zhu Rong had complicated feelings. This detestable guy not only saw through my plan, but used even worse methods than me, yet just now said such cool words. Ha ho, Mask, you little brat. You actually dare to flirt with me. On Herbowin's side, he also received bad news from Zhu Rong. You worked hard, just rest well. After hanging up, he couldn't hide his breakdown. It's over. Even Zhu Rong, whom I trust, failed. No, I need to think positively. Apollo doesn't know about this yet. The next second he received Apollo's call. I heard you lost to Ha Ho Mask. The 30 major guilds' Brilliant Smile actually lost to Ha Ho Mask. What will be the consequences if this matter spreads? It's all Ha Ho Mask's fault. On the main battlefield side, after 30 minutes of fierce battle, I finally killed the Blue Giant. It's only level 85, but its health has already reached level 100 monster standards. Fortunately, those guys busied themselves for nothing, then died. Otherwise, I definitely have had my kill stolen. Also, I really can't understand why Brilliant Smile would target me. In my previous life, it was because our guild rapidly rose. The 30 major guilds, feeling threatened, united to try to destroy our guild. At the center then was Chase Shirley's Thunder Hunter Guild. Could they be plotting again this time? Thinking about such things really doesn't suit me. Let's keep it simpler. No matter who the opponent is, if they obstruct me, I'll directly eliminate them. From now on, let me officially start making money. 130 to 8 hours later, as the main battlefield gate slowly opened, the disheveled players gained almost nothing. They all blamed themselves for foolishly believing Zhu Rong's advice, while I had made a fortune, looking like a wealthy person. You bastards, this feels so good. Who told you to love playing clever tricks? On the other side, Zhu Rong gazed at my figure in a daze. In her eyes, I was incredibly dashing and handsome. She basically had filters on. Ha ho, Mask, I will definitely defeat you and make you mine. At this time, the City Walls manager also announced the first place player. That was undoubtedly me. Haho Mask Shilkin, please come to my office. Truly amazing. You not only hunted the most monsters, but also defeated Blue Giant. I express my gratitude for this. Hearing this, I looked completely nonchalant. In my previous life, I already experienced these plots. I'm only curious about my unique grade magic book now. Before receiving the reward, your teacher left a message. He wants you to go to Urgar Mountains, find the blacksmith Orf, and receive the next quest. Urgar Mountains is a place where high-level monsters run rampant. The teacher sending me to the main battlefield first indeed had a purpose. Finally, I received my precious treasure reward. I will definitely cherish it well. Now let me see which skill will appear. If it's unique grade, anything is fine, but best would be super awesome, super strong, super cool. The system notification sounded. Clay game? The camera switched to Thunder Hunter Guild doing the main quest. Sir's expression was extremely ugly. She slashed the stone block before her to smithereens with one sword. Who is it? After suddenly appearing just now. Eliminated all our guild's main quest monsters. Who exactly are those audacious guys? Huishi was also very puzzled. First confirmed they're not from the 30 major guilds, and they're also advanced players. Sir gritted her teeth in anger. Compile appearances and clothing and post bounties, then don't let anyone approach the next boss. Although I don't know who the opponent is, they're dead if I catch them. Inside Controller Guild, the black-haired man joked. Having me steal Thunder Hunter's prey is truly dangerous, the woman beside explained, because Thunder Hunter's raid speed is faster than what they set. Our task is to adjust game balance from the shadows. Don't forget our Controller Guild's duty, the glasses-wearing man Singrail explained. At this time, Momo interrupted because of Singrail's failure. That guy called Haho Mask advances the main quest at super fast speed. Singrail said seriously, the primary goal is stopping the 30 major guilds from advancing the main quest. I will bear my responsibility. Let's set out. This is all for that master. The scene returned to the protagonist. Having obtained the unique grade magic book, I began research. Could Clay's skill be a skill that transforms golems into other monsters? In other words, whether it's flying dragons or more agile giants, all can transform. Fantastic. Let's try it immediately. Use blue giant teeth. Skill clay game. Under piercing blue light, the golem's body began dramatic changes. Wow, a handsome giant face appear. However, the next second as light faded, the tall golem actually turned into a stone goblin. And so small too. Ah, this damn game. After a while, following my master's request, I came to Urgar village. Along the way, I got angrier the more I thought. It's all because I'm too stupid to have expectations. Pets are rare to begin with. It's almost impossible to get powerful skills. At this point, I can only slowly level up and put energy into the main quest. The blacksmith Orf I'm looking for this time, I know him very well. He's not only a member of the secret suicide squad, but also the most famous blacksmith NPC, because epic equipment with additional effects all came from Orf's hands. If I don't do the main quest, I can't meet this NPC. I wonder if I can obtain some good weapons this time. But when I entered and looked, I found it empty before me. The next second, a figure suddenly appeared behind me. One hammer blow sent unprepared me flying. Damn it, what's this situation? I saw the old man before me not only hitting me, but also yelling trash, lying down after one hit. Truly useless. Today's newcomers really have no tenacity at all. Back in our time, we all gritted our teeth and persevered, Orf said. Seeing this, I was dumbfounded. You're Orf? Why hit me? Orf disdainfully said, of course to test the newcomer, brat. Hearing this, my back molars were ground down. Hitting people and calling it a test, how can there be such an idiot NPC? But the system immediately rewarded me 2 advanced titles. First person to talk with Orf, first person not beaten to death. Seeing the ability increase notification, I was directly stunned. Could such a small matter ruin your mood? Young people are really narrow-minded. The next moment, I directly kneeled. I love you, Lord Orf. Whatever it is, please command me. Cleaning, washing clothes, or even licking your shoes is fine. Seeing me so disgusting, Orf immediately threw me out. Deliver that thing to Waheim Forest for me. To this, I was indifferent, keep beating and scolding me. Since I know you're a great person distributing various titles no matter how many beatings, I'm willing. Also, Waheim Forest, what I can encounter there. Must be elves, right? The only problem is elves are NPCs hostile to humans. They usually hide and regularly move, so it's hard to find them. Before Rebirth, some people recorded this content and made maps, but at this time point, there shouldn't be any. Right now, there's only one method. Come to the village square. So I began beating drums and gongs. Buying Waheim Forest intelligence. Name your price, up to 100,000 gold coins based on intelligence content. But soon my behavior attracted passers-by's comments. Isn't that Ho-Ho Mask? What's he doing? Although it's embarrassing, this is the best method. Officially publishing intelligence might attract attention from the 30 major guilds. Rather than wandering the mountain all day, better to lose face for a while. Suddenly, a rumbling sound came. A strong man walked over carrying a giant lion corpse. Are you Ho-Ho Mask? The person is Bulldog Singh, a top 100 upper circle player. Seeing this, I was also very shocked. I fought with this guy before Rebirth, although I won in the end. This guy is very good at combat and almost overwhelmed me, so I fundamentally can't guarantee I can beat him now. Just as everyone discussed talking about the great battle that might appear next, Singh calmly spoke, I can tell you all intelligence related to Waheim Forest. Hearing this, I was very vigilant. Then what reward do you want? The reward is I want to confess. These words instantly froze the air. The spectators were dumbfounded. Bulldog Singh actually confessed to Ho-Ho Mask. To avoid the crazy spectators, we could only hide in the forests. Sorry, I'm not interested in men, so I refuse your confession. Hearing this, Singh was furious. What are you saying? I never confessed to you. This goes back several months ago. I was hunting nearby as usual, then suddenly saw a little rabbit approach, but accidentally met her. She was more beautiful than any existence I'd ever seen, but when I was about to say something to her, she instantly fled. Never appeared after that. Just like that, I waited in place for several months. Then I obtained all elf-related intelligence from nearby resident NPCs. Hearing his words, I felt he was like a perverted stalker. No, then don't mention love confessions. Why not just say so from the start? How do I feel like I got involved with a particularly troublesome guy? Elf-related intelligence is in that guy's hands. Still better to complete the quest quickly. So I followed Singh to Beacon Falls, supposedly where elves appear most frequently. I asked if there were monsters appearing nearby. Singh explained large monsters often appear nearby, so be very careful. Suddenly a giant python noticed us. This is a level 90 bark snake. This was within my expectations. Seeing Singh about to act, I immediately stopped him, then directly charged at the big snake. The next second, I was directly sent flying by the bark snake. After brief grounding stiffness, I directly took this opportunity to cry and wail loudly. Oh no, I'm going to die! It hurts so much! Watching the big snake about to swallow me, I still didn't move, still crying out. As expected, a long arrow instantly pierced through the bark snake, producing a huge explosion. Then countless arrows quickly eliminated the bark snake. I smiled slightly. NPCs are different from players. When they encounter powerful monsters, they don't hunt but are eager to flee. When residents are chased by monsters and pushed to extremes, those who appear to rescue should be the elves. Everything was within my expectations. Though I held a triad attitude, didn't expect the invincibly gentle elves to appear. Hello elves, I'm Shilkin, entrusted by Lord Orf to meet you all. This errand is important. I hope you all can invite me to your village. However, the elves looked very angry. In other words, you're deceiving us. That's why I said we can't help humans. They are despicable, filthy, greedy existences. Lord Orf couldn't possibly give errands to a liar like you. Just when I was at a loss thinking of countermeasures, Bulldog Singh plopped down and knelt before the elves. Lying is our fault, but I really wanted to see you. I saw you in the forest before. I fell in love with you at first sight then. So can you give me one chance to understand you? Seeing this scene, my heart went cold. They already hate humans. You don't want to also be suspected as a stalker, do you? Okay. The elves were very happy. So it's out of affection. Then there's no choice. Then let's go. The village is in this direction. To this I directly doubted life. This damn game. Thinking again, although the plot is absurd, at least the task of of meeting elves is complete. Sing beside blushed. I can die without regrets now. Seeing his beast face human heart, I couldn't help pouring cold water. You almost died just now. Pretty ones are crazier. Wake up. I know one's prettier than them, but she's a lunatic. Sing explained he doesn't simply like the other party because of looks. Elves are symbols of fantasy to me. In games I played or novels and comics I read in childhood, elves symbolizing fantasy would appear. They traverse fantasy worlds, adventuring with companions. This is also my lifelong wish. Hearing this, my worldview shattered. What does this have to do with you confessing to elves? Sing was stunned. Don't you play this game to realize your dreams? Becoming this game's most powerful player and crushing those who look down on me one by one, that counts as my dream. Just thinking about it feels good. What expressions will they have? But doesn't that make you the same kind as those who ignored you initially? So what? Survival of the fittest is the truth of this world to begin with. Sing countered, then what you suffered has no reasoning. Happiness obtained by trampling. The next second, I started wrestling with him. What do you know? Dreams and happiness, those are fantasies only pampered people can talk about. Do you know what it feels like to run around every day for survival? The feeling when even what little you have is taken away? Your romance brain has nothing to do with me, but stop preaching to me. After a while, we several people reached the elf village. Lady Draw, we brought humans. He claims to be running errands for Lord Orf. Hearing this, Draw slowly appeared, then it's related to the Suicide Squad. Seeing this, I handed Orf's token to Draw, smoothly completing the quest. The moment the package opened, the Elder was also shocked. This is epic equipment that can remove all status abnormalities and negative effects. Purification crown. I immediately gritted my teeth in regret. No wonder Orf didn't let me open it. Turns out it's such a treasure. Right, according to the main quest. Next should be purifying the fallen elf, thereby understanding the second main quest background. After that, the purification crown will be given as a reward. Just when I was eagerly anticipating receiving the quest, Dure advised me to go back. This made me think of my level restriction. Can only train more and come back. Must hunt wild monsters until level 100. Currently, the fastest progress is Thunder Hunter. They defeated the armored black ogre not long ago. Without needing the main battlefield, they should have reached Urgar Mountains already. Now even without sleeping, I must kill until level 100. At this time, I suddenly recalled Sing saying, "What you suffered also has no reasoning." Damn it, what right does he have to lecture me like that? Having battled continuously, I was already physically and mentally exhausted, while monsters before me were endless. On the other side, the elf who heard Sing's account saw through his struggle. Why don't you try honestly apologizing to him? Maybe it can simply resolve this matter. That's what friends are like, right? So at this time, he vigorously sent monsters flying, blocking in front of me. I came to apologize. Looking at the situation now, it seems to be just the right time. Seeing this situation, I wasn't grateful. Why did you appear and then suddenly put on airs here? If you're picking a fight, then hurry and get lost. Facing the skeleton's attacks, Sing calmly uttered, "I'm sorry, I said those words originally out of concern for you, but saying them without knowing anything indeed seemed like educating you." Hearing this, I turned around. Since you feel guilty, then help me hunt. I'll drain you dry. Don't regret it. So under our two great forces joining hands, countless monsters were eliminated cleanly. After 3 days of sleeplessness, I finally leveled up to 100. Finally can proceed with the main quest. Seeing Sing go offline, only then did I embarrassedly say a thank you. Returning to the elf elder's side, Draw told me I needed to purify a fallen elf, and temporarily handed the purification crown to me. But just when I was eagerly preparing to set out, Draw told me there's no specific location. If we knew where she was, we'd have brought her back already. No way. No hint at all? The map is so big. How do I find the fallen elf? No choice. I can only conduct intelligence trading again, but if I leak information about the fallen elf, a crowd will swarm over. Generally, fallen elves exist to cultivate monster armies. The fallen elf's existence will inevitably gather large numbers of monsters. I just need to spread information that I want to spend money buying information where monsters appear in large numbers. People who don't understand will definitely bring intelligence to find me. Just then, the first sucker appeared. But when I look back, I couldn't help being startled. Isn't this Matador? Turns out Red Bull Guild noticed this anonymous letter was from the same person who provided fallen count information. Well-informed Matador saw at a glance this kind of letter implied something else. With strong curiosity, he found me. Seeing him, I was also stunned. Originally wanted to catch a small fish and call it a day. Accidentally caught a great white shark. I immediately prepared to flee. However, the opponent's powerful pressure came rushing over. I also had to have the skeleton stop attacking. Matador smiled slightly, smart. If you had attacked me just now, you'd definitely be dead. Can you answer me now? Abilities surpassing newcomers, plus grasping intelligence ahead of ordinary guilds. What exactly is your background? Hearing this, I directly threw a tantrum on the ground. Villagers, I'm a newbie who knows nothing. A major guild like Red Bull is actually threatening me. I'm really just collecting intelligence, so please leave. Seeing this, Matador sighed. Looks like you're indeed not the same person as the intelligence provider. 5 billion contract fee. I originally wanted to use 5 billion contract fee, plus annual salary, benefits, and bonuses to poach someone. Since you're not the intelligence provider, I have no choice. The next second, my hand was on his shoulder. As everyone knows, my dream since childhood was to join Red Bull. Damn, 5 billion can buy how much beef? No, how many cows? So ho-ho mask. What do you think? Matador said seriously. Have you thought about joining Red Bull under the same conditions? Hearing this, while drooling, I expressed refusal. Even if I regard you as an enemy, you'd kill me on the spot. If I don't agree, I still won't. I want to become the strongest by my own power. I don't want to rely on anyone. Hearing this, Matador didn't insist. Red Lake, this is intelligence our guild collected. Supposedly, newborn monster numbers there surged. Farewell. I personally am very curious. How far can you go alone?